season long.
In Kansas, high school football has turned the page. While September provides introductions, October provides conclusions. In the Northeast, the Centennial League contender has emerged with a case for laying claim to being the best team in the state in all classes. It's the Trojans and Vikings. Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel is next. As the sun sets in the west, the stadium rises behind the high school located at 4840 Northwest Rochester Road, and its stadium lights shine like a beacon to welcome all those who have come for another exciting night of high school football. And greetings, folks. Alongside Mike Manns, I'm Mark Ewing. Welcome to the capital of Kansas, and that means welcome to Topeka. And Mike, as we preview this game tonight, we're not going to fool you. Seaman's going to have to play inspired football tonight to have a chance against the Topeka high school team. This really begs the question, from your long career in radio calling all these games, how good is Topeka high school?
I'll tell you, Mark, they're as good as I've called games for 30 years. They're probably in my top 5, maybe in my top 3, averaging over 67 points a game. It's just one of those teams, they can beat you anyway. You throw it, you get a good defense against the pass, they'll turn around and run the ball on you. Alec Beatty, their quarterback, is outstanding. This is his second year running the deal. Started as a wide receiver as a freshman.
So we're going to get an opportunity tonight to really introduce you to a couple of standouts, including Topeka High running back Mike McCoy, who appears to really be a standout among all running backs in the state.
He really is, and he leads the city in rushing at about over 10 yards a carry. He has 11 touchdowns. He just has done, he runs like Niall Davis. That's who he runs like. He runs like Kansas City Chiefs running back. He can run over you or he can run around you.
Meanwhile, Seaman counters with a speedster, Joe Reagan. He may be the fastest player in a high school uniform in the entire state.
He certainly is. In Class 5A, he's won back-to-back-to-back. So since his freshman year, he has won the 100-meter and the 200-meter dashes in the state. So he has 6 gold medals. He's a long jumper. He took medal in long jump as well. He ran a 400 when he was a freshman.
Well, so if it's a track battle, we know who would win on the track, but we are on the gridiron, and in fact, we're going to see how the family legends extend to the field. Details are on the way. It's Seaman and Topeka High School, Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel. Kansas kickoff draws closer.
Hey, Kansas, Phil Nightingale, General Manager here at Mel Hamilton Ford, the big corner, 119th in West Kellogg. Want peace of mind when buying a used car? Ford, certified pre-owned vehicle. 172-point inspection by one of our certified technicians, 7-year 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, roadside assistance, and with over 130 certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from, why would you go anywhere else? Right now, 1.9% for 72 months on Edges, Fusions, and Escapes. It's only happened to Big Corner of 119th in West Kellogg, or check us out online at mhford.com. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge.
Congratulations, your student athlete has just earned a school letter. The next step is to purchase an awards jacket. Hi, I'm Steve Wilbert, owner of All Season Sportswear, one of the top letter jacket dealers in South Central Kansas. We can customize any school's letter jacket to fit your individual needs. We also specialize in screen printing, embroidery, engraving, corporate apparel, and uniforms, and all work is done in-house. That's All Season Sportswear, located 2 blocks west of 33rd and North Ridge Road in Wichita, or go to allseasonsportswear.com.
Remember your first set of wheels? The excitement you felt? The glory it brought when you rode your brand new bike? Well, Bike Man remembers too. And he wants everyone to know that feeling. Whether it's your first set of wheels or your 10th, you'll find it here at the Bicycle Exchange. Plenty of variety, plenty of wheels. Find your own at the Bicycle Exchange. Your bike pros.
In all of our Geary County schools, our motto is clear.
Learning for all, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
USD 475 is a family of 18 unique schools, serving the communities in Junction City, Fort Riley, Milford, and Grandview Plaza. The future of education starts here.
With me. With me.
Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel Kansas is brought to you by Mel Hamilton Ford, a proud sponsor of high school athletics. With high regard for their football moments over the years, both visiting Topeka High School and Topeka Seaman may both be better recognized for their highly regarded traditions and the long line of family names that have extended from generation to generation. Moments away from kickoff here, one such tradition extends to the very gridiron we're about to play on. Sideline reporter Leon Liebel has more. Leon.
Well, Mark, it's always good to play a home football game, but for Seaman High School coach Blake Pierce, it is very special to always play a home game because he plays on a field named after his father, the late Don Pierce, who was a longtime principal and coach here at Seaman High School. Blake Pierce, the coach, tells us he's very proud of the fact to see his team play on a field named after his father. The coach also grateful to be back for his 11th season. He had a health scare a year ago. We're going to talk more about that during tonight's game. Right now, though, he's getting his Vikings ready. Take on the Trojans of Topeka High.
So they're meeting the center of the field. Walt Alexander, 42-34, the ninth year at Topeka High School, 25th as a head coach. We're going to take a break here. Friday Night Live is about to begin. You're watching the Cox Channel Kansas. We return to Topeka for the Centennial Showdown right after this.
Mom, why haven't you added Cox Digital Telephone to your Cox Internet and TV? Then you'd have TV caller ID.
You know, I've been with my phone company for years. They're like an antique to me.
But this antique is costing you an extra $10 every month with no TV caller ID. I mean, don't you want to know it's me when I call? Mom?
Add Cox Digital Telephone today and make unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and home phones in Mexico for only $9.99 a month.
My Contour knows I'm into all kinds of TV, and no matter what I'm into right now, its enlightened app puts it right here. And here! It can even record up to 6 shows at once. So we all get what we want, like sci-fi. Romantic comedies? Anyone? That's why Contour is TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
If the football season is as big as you can dream it, the Topeka High School arrives with a perfect season on the line. Some unbelievably impressive numbers, and the state's high school football watchers are wondering if the Trojans are about to march away into unprecedented territory when it matters the most come November. Meanwhile, Topeka Seaman has done just enough things right to keep its coaching staff and fan base optimistic for what lies ahead. Topeka High School return to this kickoff. Centennial League action here from Topeka Seaman is underway. Week number 5 of the Friday Night Live season is underway. And a return coming from the 10-yard line. Up to the 15, the 20, he's got a block, found the edge. 25, stiff arm to the 30, 35-yard line, and out to the 40. Great return from Topeka High School. And in fact, on the return, that was Tyrese Parker, a 6'2", 178-pound senior wide receiver. He puts Topeka High School in great shape as the Trojans come out on the field to take care of their offense. No huddle, run pass. Look for that from Topeka High School. Scored touchdowns on the first 7 possessions of the ball game versus Emporia in building what was a 49-21 halftime lead. And the Trojans go to work here. First down and 10. The line of scrimmage placed at the 39-yard line. And the Trojans will have pretty good field position as they begin. Again, high-scoring offense. No huddle. Spread look from Topeka High School arrives, wearing the white trim in black, the gold helmets, the men of Troy. Pass reception is made, and a good play, 45 at the 46-yard line. And that is something you will see. The players to watch for Topeka High School offensively are a couple of guys that we're going to see, but really it starts with the quarterback, who's Alec Beatty, a 6', 170-pound senior, as Topeka High School goes quickly back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 3. And this is the give the tailback. Tailback's going to get wrapped up short of the first down. Pick up of a couple of yards. That time defensively inside, Jordan Wolchey, Austin Tremblay on the stop for Topeka Seaman. Alec Beatty, Mike McCoy, we've talked about both of them. Khalil Austin, the sharp wide receiver, Caraway, and Jake Rainier, the center inside. 5 players to watch. If Topeka High can get it going like they have done, those 5 will play well. 3rd down and 1 now in the full house backfield. It's going to give the fullback. Fullback gets close to midfield and looks very close into Seaman territory. Meanwhile, defensively for the Vikings, Wyatt Hendricks with those 4 sacks and 26 tackles, along with Brad Peel, Zach Mumford, Cole Esser, Hunter Port, already with 41 tackles here through 4 weeks of Fridays. Those are the 5 players to watch defensively for the Seaman Vikings. And first down and 10, meanwhile, for Topeka High School. Ball placed on the 50-yard line, get to the fullback inside the 50 into 3 yards. And boy, Mike, we've talked about how quick that they like to go. This is about as quick as you can get.
Well, they come right up the line of scrimmage, and they'll set you in many different looks. One time, McCoy will be in the backfield. Next time, he'll be a slot to the wide side. Sometimes you'll have 2 receivers left and a couple to the right side as well. And then sometimes Beatty's in the backfield by himself. They give you all kinds of different looks.
Take a look at the sideline. There's Walt Alexander. Really proved to be an obvious choice for the coach of the year in the city of Topeka last year, 25th year as head coach. On the move, here comes Topeka High inside Seaman territory from the 47 to 45-yard line. So far, Seaman Vikings doing a pretty nice job to at least hold down what the Trojans want to do here.
Nice job on the speed sweep by Caraway, but again, Seaman's got a good, they rush to the ball well, even though they're missing their best defensive player, Reed Fair, who is out with an ankle foot injury.
Third down play coming up for Topeka High School, and we'll call it third down at about 6 at the Seaman Vikings 45-yard line. Again, the spread look, 3 receivers, top portion of your screen, single back, Beatty back to pass, scrambling for, looking for receivers, got one, catches, incomplete. For a moment, Dante Brooks had that wrapped around his hands, but he couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, it came in, nice job, but just a little quick look-in pattern, but I think the defensive player was able to get a hand in there and poke that ball away at the last second. Nice job defensively by the Vikings.
Fourth down play coming up. First fourth down play here as we take a look one more time.
Yeah, Dante Brooks gets a nice look in. Just a quick hitch pattern that time, and a good job defensively by the Vikings.
So fourth down play, we'll call it fourth down again and 6 following the incomplete pass, and the Trojans going to go for it. This time a 3 receiver set to the near side, single back as the pistol look, and back to pass is Beatty. Beatty has time as a receiver, and the pass is going to be caught, but it should be out of bounds. Was it out of bounds or not? It is going to be out of bounds. Fourth down and over on downs, Topeka High School. This is a team that scored really at will, so a really nice defensive stop by the Seaman Vikings.
Pass again intended for Dante Brooks on a down and out pattern, and actually Brooks looked to be open. I think Beatty threw it just a little bit high, maybe led him too far down the sideline.
So first down and 10, here comes Seaman, and Seaman's going to take over offensively here. And the Vikings have switched offenses from what they like to do in the past. We'll get into it, 45-yard line, but the Vikings first down and 10, pistol look, 3 receivers in a tight set. The quarterback gives the tailback, stumbles forward to the 45-yard line, carried by Colton Morans. Morans might have gotten a yard, but really the zone read offense is in vogue at Seaman as we take a look at some of the players to watch for the Vikings offensively, including the quarterback. We talked about Joe Reagan, but Nash McKnight, nice receiver, almost 22 yards a catch. Colt Morans was a running back. He just carried the football. Ethan Brunetti up front, one of the linemen for the Vikings. As we go second down and 9 for Seaman on 46-yard line. This gives the tailback. Tailback stumbles forward. A second carry by Colton Morans, who gets another yard. Hey, if you're going to run this offense, you got to get some big yardage. But defensively, and do note, Alec Beatty, the quarterback, two-way player, a really key player defensively, along with Stacey Givens, Caraway, and Brian Kincaid. Those are the 5 players to watch defensively for Topeka High School. Third down play coming up. And back to pass. Intercept, actually incomplete, nearly intercept. That was a great job. Got a shortstop going down to his knees to pull that up. But a fourth down play coming up. Third down incomplete. You can see both teams really, really quick to the line of scrimmage.
That was intended for Steiner, and I think there was a miscommunication between the quarterback and Steiner. Looked like quarterback was looking for a hitch pattern, and Steiner was running a fly down that right sideline. Joe Reagan, by the way, punts as well.
So Joe Reagan, in fact, stands back at his own 35-yard line. Topeka Seaman forcing Topeka High to turn the ball over on downs, and now a 3-and-out going the other way. This takes a Topeka High bounce at the 23-yard line, and that is where the Trojans will take over. Both teams have had an exchange. Both teams have punted the football away. You are watching Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel, Kansas, where he returns to Topeka Seaman in just a moment.
Hey, Dad. I thought you'd be watching the game.
Well, Joan Bear, I wish I was, but
The TV's in there and the lawnmower's in here. Life is about compromise. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I can pull it up right here. We have the Cox bundle. Dad, if we have cake, we should eat it.
Add Cox Home Security to your bundle today for $29.99 a month, including free pro install. And keep in touch with your home whenever, wherever.
Cox is football, and you're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Cox is football.
Our journey into the Centennial League takes us to Seaman Stadium and a nice crowd on hand for really a nice night of football. Game time temperatures about 52 degrees, but I can tell you folks, early this afternoon, it felt like it was about 30. Winds are from the northwest, about 12 miles per hour. No chance of rain, 39% humidity, but the winds from the northwest have actually died down a little bit. It might be a little pleasant before the night's done.
Yeah, I think so. It is a very nice night for football. It's got a little breeze from the north blowing tonight.
First down and 10. Topeka High School's second possession of the football game begins from the 23-yard line. And Beatty's going to keep it on the quarterback draw, and he's off to the races.
Got good
To
speed.
midfield. Here goes Beatty. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Trojans. 67-yard touchdown scamper from the senior quarterback, and the Trojans are on the scoreboard.
How many times have I seen Alec Beatty do this? A simple read, and he is so good at that, such an intelligent quarterback. And once he breaks into the open field, he has outstanding speed. 6 foot, about 180 pounds.
Take a look at the replay, and really didn't need a block. What a great read.
There's a great read there, and a nice block. The big old tackles and both guards on that right side. Guard and tackle opened up the hole, and Beatty was off to the races.
So Alec Beatty scores extra point.
Guess who?
By our kicker and our special, Ruth Feander. Who has 36 extra points. Feander kicked the extra point, and hey, she's a story in herself, but she's kicked the extra point, and that is a girl that just kicked the extra point.
Yep, and she's a good one, I tell you.
Take a look at the replay one more time, and on the move, Alec Beatty showing his speed.
Yeah, when Beatty gets into the open field, you know, I haven't seen, in the times that we've done when he's played quarterback the past few years, I've never seen anybody catch him from behind once he breaks into open field.
Alec Beatty, that's his 21st touchdown, 77-yard drive. It took 13 seconds for him to get downfield. That was a 77-yard touchdown scamper. Earlier I said 67. So for those of you scoring at home, pay no attention to the play-by-play announcer.
He has no idea what he's doing.
77 yards. Well, the score was so quick, but the key to that play was the read. Yep. And I was like everybody else in the stadium who thought he had handed off to the running back. What a great, just to pull that ball right back.
Yeah, and he's got, you know, he's done this now. Remember, he took 7-on-7. They went to Alabama this past year, and they had 7-on-7. And this Topeka High team took 6th in the nation, so they've got, there's a squib down the middle.
Squib kick. Seaman trying to get to it. Here's Reagan. Reagan's going to cover it.
Oh, no.
And the ball's loose. Reagan had it for a moment,
got it back,
but Seaman is going to end up getting the football. And Joe Reagan, the fastest player we've argued in the state as far as the gridiron. The question was, were they going to kick off to him, and they gave it a shot.
Yeah, but don't kick in the air to him. Make him go down and get it, and use the speed that Topeka High has on their kickoff team to get down and cover it, and they did. And Joe, almost a mortal sin here.
Yeah, he put his head up. He lifted his head up at the end of that, Mike.
So you got to keep your head on the ball.
Yeah, he lifted his head up. That was like a hot grounder chopping around the field, and the shortstop was trying to figure out how to read that. First down and 10 for the Seaman Vikings, 16-yard line. Here's Reagan on a pass play and pick up about 5 yards. Now, if they can do that, if the Vikings can do that time and time again, that's a great offense for them.
It is a great offense because one of these times Reagan is going to get open. If he gets open, you'll just see his tail lights. It'll be nothing else.
Now, Reagan, who we've talked about at great length with his speed, he has been double-teamed frequently throughout the fall so far, and it's been hard to get him started. But if they can create some space for him, he has a chance here. To give the tailback 25, 28-yard line, and that should be a first down. Worth mentioning for Seaman immediately, we got Dalton Cowan, the quarterback. Cole Moranz is in for Reed Fair, is he not? This is not the starting tailback for Seaman.
No, Reed Fair is usually their starting quarterback, a little bigger, about 5'10", 5'11", and 190 pounds, where Moranz is not nearly. Moranz may have the quickness, but Fair has a brute strength, and Fair out with a ankle-foot injury tonight.
Great look down the line as receiver Reagan goes in motion and give us to Reagan. Little jet sweep, 25-30, gets a move, 33-yard line. Great tackle by Topeka High because if he gets the outside, he could be gone.
Yeah, flag on the play too, but again, nice job of staying home by the defensive corner for Topeka High, because you don't want to let Reagan get that corner turned on you. The defensive end with a nice job of forcing the play back into the defensive corner. But again, when that flag is thrown over there, it's most times illegal shift. Two men moving at the same time. It's going to be against the Seaman Vikings. Yep.
All right, so the line of scrimmage from the 27-yard line marked back to the 22. By the way, you just saw our referee, Jeff Freeman, working with Ryan Crowley, Bob Pritchett, Dan Welch, Wade Welch on the officiating crew tonight here at Topeka Seaman High School. First down, 15 for the Vikings. Again, the quarterback, single back, a little bit of a pistol look here. And the pass to the running back. The running back's going to be wrapped up. It's back got back to the line of scrimmage. But what an alert play, and a number of alert plays made by Topeka High School, but the Trojans on the stop there defensively.
I tell you what, this is what Topeka High can do to you. They bring so much pressure, and watch the fill coming from Jerron Caraway. Caraway came so quick to the Morantz didn't get a chance. He got the ball pitched to him, and he was down.
Loss of about 2 yards, so second down at about 17. Play action pass coming. Receiver is open, can be caught at the 33-yard line. Nice play. It will be a pretty nice pickup of about 10, 12 yards. Puts up the 34-yard line, makes it a manageable third down.
Pass to Steiner on a quick look in. A nice job by that 270-pound on an average now offensive line for the Vikings. Nice job as he found that little hole in the zone and a nice pass play completion.
Steiner, just a sophomore, 6 foot, 170-pounder, and Vikings quickly back to line of scrimmage. Trojans nearly jumped offsides that time. And in fact, the quarterback, Dalton Cowan, now looks to the sideline to get a call. Nearly got the free 5 yards and the first down. Vikings like to keep the drive going here. Down 7-0. Give it a tailback. 35, close to 40-yard line. First down marker 37. Looks like first down for Seaman.
Big old Hogs up front are doing a nice job. This play is just a simple dive play off right guard and enough to pick up the first down. That's a real big deal for the Seaman Vikings. They want to keep the Topeka High offense off the field and have long, extended drives of their own.
Drive to start for 16, already out to the 40-yard line for the Vikings. Second first down this drive. Topeka Seaman, first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 3 receivers set, single back, pistol look. This time pass play. Got 40-yard line, spin move, 45, close to 47-yard line. And how about that catch? A nice move. That was Nash McKnight, the 6'2", 160-pounder.
McKnight, a nice big target, and McKnight gets those yards after catch. The Yaks, watch this nice spin move. Whoop, gone. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards after the originally being hit, maybe for what would have been a yard or two loss.
Huge change for Topeka Seaman's Football Foundation. They run that flex bone from the elementary school on up. This change to the zone read option. Well, it takes a little bit to get that offense in. And here he is, Moran's 50 inside the Topeka High territory. Down to the 43-yard line, a burst of 11 yards. And that is how the Vikings want to run the football.
Yeah, watch right guard, right tackle on this play. They open up a hole that Mark Ewing could almost run through.
Well, I could fall in it. I could,
yeah, you'd
roll
get a
like
couple
2
of yards as tall as you are. You'd get a couple of yards. Watch this hole. My, and the linebackers were fooled too.
First down 10, ball at the 43-yard line. This gives Moran's. Moran's looking for a block up the left side, wrapped up, brought down, a pickup of a couple of yards. And again, running behind that offensive line on the left side, Ian Hall, 6'3", 280-pound junior. He's the left guard for Seaman. That left tackle is Brett Lichter. He's 6'2", 225.
Yep.
That's a couple of good guys to run behind.
Got some good size. Both offensive lines average right at 270 pounds for tonight's game.
Seaman has 3 first downs on this drive, trailing Topeka High School 7-0, 4:19 mark, first quarter. Back to pass, looking for receivers. Got one, pass is incomplete. It was intended downfield for Nick Steiner. Very similar play to the one we saw just a little bit while ago, but the pass was made a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Cowan was off target on this one because Steiner was open originally, but the pass was thrown behind Steiner, and he had to go back and try to get it, put on the brakes, couldn't get back to make the catch.
Third down and 8. Seaman did convert on a 3rd and 3 from their own 27-yard line, trying to convert their second third down here. Pistol look timeout's going to be called. Looks like Seaman wants a timeout.
Coach Pierce wants a timeout.
Coach Pierce wants to take a timeout to talk about it in a 7-0 ball game, and the Vikings will gather on the near sideline. Well, Topeka Seaman's journey in this 2014 season, they are 1-3 on the year, has been anything but easy. Snake bet Would that be the best description so far?
I think so. When we talked to Coach Pierce, he said he is frustrated, but he is optimistic. He's had things that when they go to kick a field goal in Junction City, the field goal's blocked, and Junction City runs it back for a touchdown. Those are the types of things that have happened this year for the Seaman Vikings.
So 3rd down and 8 here, and in fact, the Vikings have followed up exceptional play with exactly the opposite. Sometimes in the same series, Seaman has been a perennial part of the state playoffs, however, but slow starts have really squashed the confidence level. In fact, last year got off to a slow start, but finished strong. And again, the schedule for Topeka Seaman, top-heavy again. A lot of 6A teams coming up early, but gets a little more manageable week by week. By the way, Cowan 4 for 5 so far on this passing drive. Moran's 29 yards on this drive, and this drive now into its 11th play. So Seaman has done a number of things well on this offensive drive, Mike, including keep the football away from Topeka High School.
Keys to win, drive the ball, and finish in the red zone. That's according to Coach Blake Pierce.
3rd down and 8, 3 receivers near sideline. 1 receiver to the top portion of your screen is on the rollout, and with time, as a receiver 20-yard line, and it looks like a catch, first down. At that time, Nick Steiner held on the football. Low pass. Steiner did a nice job to get down on that.
Steiner with a great job of getting down, and good job, too, by Cowan, because Steiner's the only guy that's going to catch this pass. Nobody else is going to be able to get in. Look down, gets his hand underneath it, cradles it, and makes a great catch.
Inside, 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Topeka Seaman has had the football since their own 16-yard line. 4 first downs on this drive as a long drive continues. This time the handoff to Morans, again off that left side, for the 28-yard line to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 3 yards. And, you know, the thing about this offense, Mike, 3 yards is okay if you can get about 2 or 3 on the second.
That's
a
right.
manageable 3rd down. But the only thing the Vikings can't hit forward is no gain. Negative plays are going to really hurt them.
We're getting down close to the red zone again, and this has been a bugaboo for Seaman this entire year, scoring in the red zone. See what they can do now.
25-yard line, 2nd down. We'll call it about 7. Morans again inside, wrapped up by Topeka High defender Jacob Anderson, the 5'9", 180-pound junior. As the Vikings, again, positive yardage, although it was just a short gain. It just set up a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down. Caraway was in on that stop as well. Watch number 11. You'll see him in about every play for Topeka High at that linebacker spot.
The thing about this drive so far, not a lot of substitutions on either end. First teamers so far ruling the roost. Again, that little pistol look, double tight end look this time from Seaman. Going to go to the end zone, looking for a receiver. The pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Seaman is on the scoreboard, and what a pass play it was, a 23-yard touchdown strike.
Mark on the play, caught the defensive back, looking back in the backfield, looking for the run. Instead, they play action it there, and now here comes the pass down the sideline and into the end zone. Here it is, the play pattern. Here comes going the pass, going to Zach Mumford, and Mumford makes the catch. Got caught, the defensive back got caught looking in the backfield for a run, and Mumford went right by him.
Nice pass by Dalton Cowan.
Yes.
Zach Mumford on the end of it.
Oh, my.
We'll call it about 23 yards of the pass play, and we're all tied up. It is 7-7, 2:38 mark of the first quarter. So if you thought this was going to be a blowout, we've just changed directions here. 7-7 ball game here in Topeka. You're watching Friday Night Live in the Cox Channel, Kansas. We're back to Seaman Stadium in a moment.
Hey, Kansas, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Melhelm Ford, the big corner, 119th and West Kellogg. Let's talk about the best-selling truck for 37 years, the Ford F-150. With over 20 to choose from, crew cab, four-wheel drive, STX trucks, zero out of your pocket, only $378 a month. That's right, zero out of your pocket, nothing to add, $378 a month is your payment. It's only happened to Big Corner, 119th and West Kellogg, or check us out online at mhford.com at Mel Hamilton Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge.
Hey, Dad, what are you watching?
I don't know, JoJo. TV doesn't come easy. In life, you got to put in the time. But if you work hard, one day you'll find what you're looking for. A good Western, some true crime.
Dad, it's not that hard. Contour recommends shows you'll like.
It found us Westerns.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Search less and watch more. Get personalized TV with Contour from Cox from Accord 6 DVR for as low as $15 more per month.
Well, we asked both teams for starters during the week, and Zach Mumford wasn't even on the 2 deep. But he certainly surprised Topeka High. Nice pass, and hey, what a really throw on the numbers by Dalton Cowan.
Yeah, beat Tyrese Parker into the end zone. That drive was over 5 minutes, and the quarterback was like 5 out of 7 passing was Dalton Cowan.
Dalton Cowan leading the charge, and charge down the field, 84 yards on the drive by Seaman. We're 7-7 ball game, 2:38 mark first quarter.
Isn't that the way it is, Mark? Isn't that what Coach Pierce said he had to do? Got to keep our offense out there, keep Topeka High's offense off the field. That's our best defense, is keeping them off the field.
And so far, in the keys to the game mentioned by both coaches, Coach Pierce, drive and finish.
They finish.
Defensively, be solid tacklers. Pretty good so far. There's your scoring drive, 14 plays, 84 yards, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, in the old days, that would have been a short drive, but in the modern time frame, 5.5 minutes is an eternity.
Very long drive. All right.
Seaman on the ensuing kickoff, and it's going to be returned from the Trojans as the kick returner takes on the 10-yard line, gets a block, has an angle and blocking, 30-yard line, 35-40, makes a move, 43-yard line, and the returner Tyrese Parker, the 178-pound senior speedster, puts the Trojans in pretty good shape once again with a great field position.
That's the second return by Parker as they've kicked the ball to Parker each time, and each time he's given them great field position near midfield to start their first offensive drive. And Trojans already back out there looking for 2 to the right and a receiver left out of that spread offense. Boy, this is a nightmare if you're a defensive coach.
Topeka High School is ranked number 3 in all of Class 6A, taking on a 5A school here. 8 starters returned on defense, 4 on offense from a Topeka High team whose only loss in the regular season last year came in 6A district play against Manhattan. Beatty back to pass on the rollout. A flag is down and going long, looking for a receiver. A bit of a jump ball, and it's going to be caught at the 25-yard line off the deflection. Big gainer, but hold on. Hold on. There is a flag down back behind the line of scrimmage. And that was thrown when Beatty scrambled out of the pocket. We'll see what that's called.
Dante Brooks got the deflection and made the catch, but again, Beatty throwing into double team out there. And Topeka High guys are clapping their hands as if it's against Seaman, but we'll have to wait on the field and see what we have. Hops on offense, so they can bring it all back. Beatty lucky to get away with that, Mark. That pass was into double coverage, and normally a quarterback like Beatty will not throw that one, but it would have been an amazing completion if indeed Brooks was able to hang on to it there, and it would have been a big first down.
Instead, it moves the ball back 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage, which was the 45, now back to the 40. It'll set up a first down and 15. The Trojans are the 2-time defending Centennial League champion with their eyes set on advancing past the second round of the playoffs. And if they do so, that would be for the first time in school history. And we're talking about a high school football program that has played football for over 110 years at Topeka High School. Here's Beatty. Beatty, the handoff to the tailback. Nice move to the 40-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was a 45. And the tailback, Mike McCoy, looked like a pickup of about 4 yards.
McCoy is one of those running backs that goes forwards and goes sideways just about as fast as he goes forwards. He can break it to a hole and then turn on the jet.
And you can see how big he is. He is a big back, isn't he?
Big back.
Second down and 11 play coming here for the Trojans. Spread look, 2 receivers top side of your screen, 2 receivers bottom portion of your screen, single back. They give us to McCoy, and a flag flies. Flag flies from the referee on the near sideline.
Illegal procedure.
And that's going to be probably motion on Topeka. Hey, the Trojans are making some mistakes they probably haven't made since the first week here.
Well, you know what, Coach Alexander told us when we met with him earlier in the week, he said, you know, we have to execute offensively. They are not executing offensively on this drive.
So far, Topeka High in the season, again, 4-0. They've outscored their opponents an eye-popping, get this, 270 to 39. That's 270 to 39 in the season. And that has placed the Trojans the top 5 among all classes in nearly all the ranking services across the state of Kansas. Here's Beatty. He has blockers in front of him. He's going to keep it. Moves up forward, and he stopped. A nice defensive play made by Seaman. Looks like Brad Peel. Brad Peel made the tackle.
Yeah, almost same read play for the quarterback Beatty that he scored on. But this time, Seaman able to stop him after a short pickup.
So third down play and about 11 coming up. The ball is marked to the 44. Again, the original line of scrimmage was a 45. So the Trojans have marked back a yard thanks to the 5-yard penalty. So third and long, third down and 11 early on in the ball game, facing a 3rd and 5. The Trojans did not convert. In fact, turned it over on down. So 3rd down play here coming from Beatty. Empty house backfield. Under pressure. Going to scramble. Has a receiver. Lets the ball loose. This man complete. Boy, he threw that pass and really looked like he didn't have the grip on it.
Yeah, was that wasn't deflected at the line of scrimmage, was it? Because that was a duck.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think the ball kind of just
slipped out
of his hand a little bit. Hey, the Vikings with yet another defensive play here and a victory for Seaman defensively.
Yeah, and remember the first series, Topeka High said, well, you know, our offense is so good, we'll make this 8 or 9 yards. Now they're going to say, what the hey, we better kick this one away.
Topeka Seaman's Brad Peel was the closest receiver to it, and a punt coming from Topeka High School. Khalil Austin is listed as a punter, and that's a fake play. Fake and incomplete. Topeka High School's Khalil Austin rolled to his left, looked for a receiver downfield, and the fake, no good.
And defensively, it looked like Hunter Williams was in there, too. He was not fooled. Let's see if Hunter, he's not going to go. He's not falling on this. He rolls. There's Austin rolling, throwing back against the grain. But what a great job and a great hustle move by the Seaman Vikings. Hunter Williams getting a paw on it, knocking it down. Here are the Vikes, 1st down and 10 in Topeka High territory.
Well, you could see momentum on that one. It was a bit of a gamble, actually more than a bit of a gamble in your own territory. But I guess when you're putting up the kind of points that Topeka High School has this year, why not go for it on a 4th down? It certainly gives the Vikings something to think about instead. Seaman's got the football, 1st down and 10 at the 44-yard line. 3 receiver set. Give us to the running back, Colton Morans, and the 5'9", 160-pounder. The line's just moving forward. Is still on their feet inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. And how about that Seaman offensive line?
Offensive line averages 271 pounds. So we got some big fellows in the middle that time. And Morant's not a big guy, just got down and they just started pushing people forward that time. Nice job by that big offensive line.
And again, Seaman playing without Brett Fear, the leading running back, and that's the end of the first quarter. First quarter comes to a conclusion. When they start hearing this score around the state of Kansas, they'll start to wonder what's happened. Topeka High School and Seaman, we're tied at 7. You're watching Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel, Kansas.
This is my contour. It knows there are lots of sides.
We each have our own taste. And of course, our own sensibilities.
What about my style? Fortunately, Contour can record all our shows.
Up to 6 at the same time.
So we all get what we want. That takes brains.
Someone say brains?
That's why Contour is TV just for me.
Record 6 shows at once for the many sides of you. Only with Contour.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials.
Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the game.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
With Leon Liebel on the sideline, Mike Mans in the booth, I'm Mark Ewing. You're watching Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel, Kansas, and you're looking at Topeka Seaman, who's answered Topeka High's touchdown with one of their own. It's 7-7. And you're having an undefeated team in Topeka High School playing toe-to-toe with Topeka Seaman, a team that is 1-3. Second down play moves the football forward from the 42 to the 35-yard line. Question, Mike, is can the momentum continue for the Seaman Vikings?
Well, again, the way the Vikings offensive line is playing, Morant's picked up a couple of tough yards there. Make it a 3rd down, probably a yard or less. Morant's doing a great job following the big fellas up front. Seaman with a really nice job on the offensive line tonight. Ethan Brunetti is a big old boy, 6'3", 285 pounds, wears number 75. There you can see him right here now. Center. That's a big guy.
3rd down and 1. The third time a 3rd down conversion. And in fact, the 3rd time now, Topeka Seaman 3 for 3 on 3rd down.
Yep.
Great. Can't say enough about that offensive line up front doing a great job.
Doing a great job that time. And one of the guys putting a great block out there, Dawson Joanna, 6'1", 220. He's only a junior, but again, the offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage right now against the Topeka High team that's not used to being run on.
Ball marked to the 33-yard line. Still 1st down and 10. for the Seaman Vikings. Again, that pistol look, 3 receivers, 2 receivers to the top portion of your screen, tied into the ball game. They give it to Morantz. Morantz just really carefully picks his spot. This time he goes to the right side and a nice little pickup.
It's a hey diddle diddle, I'm coming up the middle football right now for Seaman. It's like, here, hand it to our running back and follow the big line right up the middle. Go right, go left, go right, go left, but I'm coming up the middle. I'm telling you where I'm going. See if you can stop me.
And this is a nice time to either use the play action
You bet.
or have the quarterback keep the football.
Cowan does a good job on the read. Yes, he does a good job on the read. Well, let's see what happens here.
Cowan, Morantz is behind him.
There's
Cowan's
a
going to
pass
pass, looking for a receiver. He's got one-on-one coverage with Reagan. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone by Topeka High School's Tyrese Parker on a pass intended for Joe Reagan, but Reagan did not get behind Tyrese Parker, and well defended by the Trojans defensive back.
All right, now remember, Parker got beat on a touchdown pass here a moment ago. Look good inside coverage by Parker. Pass a bit underthrown by Cowan, but a nice job by Tyrese Parker. Remember, he was beaten for the touchdown in the other end zone, but this time he has good inside coverage, good technique by the defensive back.
Cox Home Security is now available in Wichita and Topeka. Call 855-446-5970 for a free consultation and installation of the next level of home security. A greater value. Cox Home Security. 7-7 ball game, 10:20 to go before halftime. Topeka High School scored. Alec Beatty on a 77-yard touchdown scamper. Seaman answered to tie it up at 7-7. And now Topeka High School has the football back following an interception by Tyrese Parker, and that placed the football at the 20-yard line. So glad to have you across the state of Kansas. We did not know what kind of game to expect, although on paper it looked like Topeka High would be a heavy favorite. That hasn't turned out to be the case so far.
Really hasn't. Now, it looks like Topeka High's decided, well, if you can run the ball up the middle, we're going to try to run the ball up the middle, although they've got trips right now.
Second down play, and this time bogged
fumble.
up in the backfield. Ball's loose on the turf at the 24-yard line. The handoff was intended for Sailor Caraway, and it looked like Alec Beatty, the handoff just wasn't very clean.
It wasn't meshed well whatsoever. Look at this. Just whoop. And
that's zone read.
Yeah, I think Alec decided at the last minute he was going to try to pull that out and run with it, and the back clamped down on it. The ball hits the turf, and lucky for Beatty to get back on it.
Third down play coming up for Topeka High School. 7-7 ball game, 4 receiver set.
Big third down. There comes the blitz by Seaman. Picked up good that time.
For receiver. Catch is made. 45-yard line. Close to midfield. And Beatty, terrific pass downfield to find his receiver. It looked like Khalil Austin, the 6', 170-pound senior, on the catch.
The thing is with Khalil Austin, you've got to give him a little bit of room, because if you don't, he'll run right by you. It gave you enough room that time on a little look-in pattern. Right down the middle. Nice pass by Beatty. Great catch by Austin.
Again, Beatty coming in leads the city in total offense as he gives to his tailback. Tailback swarmed under. Topeka High School's, let's make it Topeka Seaman's High School, Wyatt Hendricks.
Yep.
The 6'5", 230-pounder. He is 6'5". Boy, he wraps you up. He wraps you up, doesn't he?
Wyatt Hendricks, nice job from that defensive end position. Hendricks being looked at by a number of major colleges simply because of his size. He is so big. Comes right in and finishes the play up. Nice job. You don't see Mike McCoy get caught in the backfield for Topeka High very often.
Yeah, let's also give Cole Esser credit, who made the initial contact. Second down and 12. Ball marked to the 47-yard line. And there's Beatty, play action, looking for a receiver. Has one midfield, incomplete. Pass was intended down the 35-yard line for the receiver, Dante Brooks, and Brooks had his hands on it, just couldn't secure the football.
You should catch this. I know you're going to get hit. You're coming over the middle. Dante Brooks is expecting he's going to get hit. Here he comes across the middle now. Got to catch this pass. This is a good pass by Beatty. Oh, yeah, that's in his hands. Yeah, he knows he's going to get hit, but he's got to pull that in. It hits both hands.
Brad Peel, the senior, was defending on the play for Seaman. Third down and 12 coming up right here for Topeka High. Back to pass. Screen play set up.
Oh, yeah.
Blocking set up. Midfield, 45-40, first down. 35-30, 25. Sprint to the end zone, 10-5. Touchdown Trojans. Trojans on a 53-yard screen play have taken the lead.
Holy moly. What a screenplay, and what a great time to call it for Topeka High. Gets it into Khalil Austin. Austin's got speed to burn anyway, but a nice job by Austin. He waited and got those big old fellas out there for the guys to block it for him. Here he is, little play action pass. Beatty goes back, finds Austin. Austin, slow down a little bit. There's your blockers. And once he gets to the field, then he's going to open it up because he'll outrun anybody.
Ruth Fyander on for the extra point. The girl is on the field. The extra point is up, and it's good. She's a good kicker, I'll tell you that. And it's now 14-7 ball game. Can you imagine the pressure for the female kicker?
Yeah, her dad played at Stanford. Did you know that?
Yeah, he was a special teams player, was he not?
Yes, he was. It comes from a very athletic family. She's a good cross-country runner. Good friend of Alec Beatty's family. That's kind of how she got involved. Beatty went to Coach and said, "Hey, Coach, I got a kicker for you." And he said, "A soccer player?" I said, "Yeah, a girl." And he went, "What?" And there she is doing a great job.
So you see Ruth Fyander on the field getting a lot of publicity across the state of Kansas.
So if you're a girl, Mark, do you want somebody saying you're 5'5" and 129 pounds?
Probably not. Hey, at least we didn't tell how old she was.
Yeah, that's
we didn't
true.
say that, right? That's by the rule, you don't. Beatty 2 for 3 on the drive, 77 yards passing so far as Topeka High School converts a 53-yard screenplay, and the Trojans lead this game by a score of 14-7 at the 8:09 mark.
You know, Seaman's still getting high in what they want. The Vikings want them third and long. The thing is with Topeka High is they've got the offensive talent to break a big play just like they did to Austin on that little screen pass set up, and nice blocking out front by the offensive team. Oops,
Swift kick, look out. Picked up, handled well, 30-yard line, blocking, 35-40, on the sprint, midfield, 40, 35, 30, caught from behind, wrapped up, but Seaman will be in the red zone, and that squib kick backfired. Mike McCoy, by the way, tried to chase him down, but a great field position for Seaman as that play just absolutely backfired.
Well, watch Morantz here. When Morantz finally gets it, now Morantz is their starting running back, okay? The big hop comes to him. Watch it open up. Oh, my gosh, where's everybody? Topeka High guys outran the coverage that time. Nice job, but finally, defensively for number 7, Tyrese Parker, to come over and make what was indeed a touchdown-saving tackle.
So here you go, 8:01 mark here in the second quarter, and boy, Morantz came up fired up, having a great ball game so far as Colt Morantz. And so is the Seaman Vikings offense, except for an interception last time out. Here's Morantz inside the 20, inside the red zone. And look at that blocking up front. Fans on the near sideline, the home sideline, appreciating the blocking effort up front. Another 7-yard pickup for the Vikings.
How about Brett Lichter, 6'2", 235-pound senior. Big old boy up front. Look at 52 there. Shed off his defensive end and let the running back get right in underneath him and head right down the field.
Well, you never believe it, but this offense so far to this point really had mixed reviews.
Certainly has.
Tonight it's been sensational, but it's highly supported by the players who have bought into it. They believe it can work.
You know, Mark, for Topeka High, you've had such easy games. You just beat everybody so bad. And, you know, and these guys, they read the newspaper. They know that they're like 35, 40-point favorites coming into a game like this. And all of a sudden, they get up against a team like Seaman that has a big offensive line and has a good running back and has a good scheme for tonight. Now what do? Do you answer the call if you're Topeka High?
Second down and 4, ball at the 19-yard line. Here's the quarterback going to work. Vikings in good field position. Here's Morantz up to the 12-yard line. Nice job defensively by Topeka High's Andrew Stacy on the tackle. Well, downloading your favorite TV shows or playing video games just got a whole lot faster. We've doubled our internet speeds. Now the company with the fastest in-home Wi-Fi also has over 250,000 Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. It's Cox, the one to call for all your Wi-Fi needs. So third down play coming up for the Seaman Vikings here, who had the football. First down and 10 at the 20.
Remember, red zone, got to complete in the red zone. That's what Coach Pierce told us. Oh, Cowan's going to get the first down.
Cowan on the move inside the 10, close to the 7-yard line. There's your zone read, and he called his own number.
First time tonight that we've actually seen Cowan go for that zone read. And the first game I saw them against Hayden, he did that a lot. Now the first time tonight picks up a very big first down. Coach Pierce told us we have not been good in the red zone. They've already scored once while in the red zone. Here's the second time deep into Topeka High territory. Will you finish? That's the name of the game.
First down and goal. We'll call it the 8-yard line. Inside 7 minutes to go before halftime. 14-7. Trojans lead the Vikings. Give us to Morantz, line of scrimmage at the 7-yard line. Defensively, Jacob Anderson, but leading for. Hey, how much does Morantz weigh? It says he weighs 160.
He's not a real big guy, but he was just following Ian Hall that time, who's 6'3", 280. He knows who his best buddy is on
Yeah,
the
you betcha.
offensive line.
You go down, walk down the hallway with
Say
him.
6'3", 280. Yeah, I think I'll get right behind your big old
Also
hiney.
works on a really hot day. You get a shadow there and a little shade. Quarterback knows what he's doing. Sitting down and goal. The ball placed at the 6-yard line. And here's give to Moran's. Moran's going to keep it inside the 5-yard line to the 4. Topeka High tough up front with Zach Bosch and Brian Kincaid. Bosch weighs 249, but Kincaid pretty light at 219. In fact, Brian Collins, the defensive end, is at 200. So Topeka High up front defensively. Not a huge line up front, especially for a 6A school.
Their offensive line is real big, but their defensive line is not. This is something that Coach Alexander told us for High. We want to work on our defense. Yeah, we can score, but we got to stop people.
3rd down goal. Seaman trying to tie it here. Give us Moran. 2-yard line really brought down hard. Boy, did he really get wrestled to the ground. That was Kevin Seats. 5'9", 206-pound junior, and took him down like a wrestler.
Yeah, defensive line just grabbed him, lasso him, just rip him down to the turf, and get up and say, I did it. Yep, that was me.
So decision to make here, Mike. 4th down, 4th and goal, 5-12 mark.
They'll probably go for it here.
And down a touchdown, and Seaman's going for it. Vikings offense is on the field. 4th down and 3. Give them inside, fullback, heavy position. Touchdown, Vikings! Seaman is in on a 3-yard sprint to the end zone, and Seaman High School, led by Hunter Port, is the 1 extra point away from tying this.
All right, so you have Moranson at 160 or 170. You bring Port in. You bring a bigger guy in and line him up at fullback and ram him through the line.
Vikings celebrate the touchdown, the 3-yard run from Hunter Port. 14-13 ball game, extra points coming. And this is Brad Peel. We've already called his name a couple of times defensively. Brad Peel on. He's 6 for 7 in field goals, rather extra points. And now kicks another one up and good. 2 for 2 in this one. And we've got a 14-all ball game at the 4:59 mark before halftime. We take a break here.
Here he comes.
Run to the end zone from Hunter Port. Vikings and Trojans are tied at 14. You're watching Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel, Kansas.
Mom, why haven't you added Cox Digital Telephone to your Cox Internet and TV? Then you'd have TV caller ID.
You know, I've been with my phone company for years. They're like an antique to me.
But this antique is costing you an extra $10 every month with no TV caller ID. I mean, don't you want to know it's me when I call? Mom?
Add Cox Digital Telephone today and make unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and home phones in Mexico for only $9.99 a month.
My Contour knows I'm into all kinds of TV, and no matter what I'm into right now, its Enlightened app puts it right here. And here. It can even record up to 6 shows at once. So we all get what we want, like sci-fi. Romantic comedies? Anyone? That's why Contour's TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
So Topeka Seaman fans are fired up. They should be. Zip code 66617 signifies North Topeka. School District 345 for the home team. Topeka Seaman. And the Vikings have themselves in a 14-all tie with the Trojans. That address, by the way, places it about 7 miles straight north of Topeka High School. So these two schools, neighbors, not necessarily friends. The Vikings and Trojans have battled for years in all sports, and tonight, match up in week 5 of the high school football season. Want to correct who scored the touchdown there. It was Chance Kenny.
Yep.
Seaman's Chance Kenny, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. He ran like he was a 240-pounder.
Yeah.
But the 180-pounder scored. Trojans, meanwhile, in the ensuing kickoff, return up to the 25-yard line, wrapped up, brought down right there. And the Seaman fans really showing appreciation for their team. Vikings are really overachieving at the moment.
Yeah, Mike Mathis, the superintendent of schools, right here beside us, and cheering on the Vikings, who have not had a good start to the year at 1-3, but are certainly not playing like a 1-3 team right now, Mark.
Let's head down to Leon Lieb on the sideline. Leon.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Mark, it's very interesting to look at the Vikings here on the sideline. You talk about momentum, and then each time Topeka High would answer back with a big play, you kind of wonder if the Seaman players might start hanging their heads, but they're not. Their offensive line is really getting off the ball, and they're running it, and they're gaining confidence.
That confidence is key, like Alec Beatty here, 40-yard line midfield. still on his feet. 40, down to the 30, 20-yard line. 10, 5, touchdown Trojans. First play from the line of scrimmage. 70 yards later, touchdown for the visiting Trojans.
Just like I told you, I have never seen in the 2 years that Beatty has been a quarterback, I've never seen him get out in front of anybody and anybody catch him from behind. He has that kind of great speed. Tucks it, runs. There's a chance there for somebody to trip him up a bit, but again, he's fast enough to outrun the Seaman secondary into the end zone.
That sprint to the end zone, and Alec Beatty, who matches his 70-yard run. He had a 77-yard run earlier, and Beatty already with 154 yards rushing here in the first half. And boy, he shows how fast he has kind of a second after gear, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's got to be around 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, probably 4.7, I think is what Coach told me one time with Beatty. But he's a deceptive runner, and they came around the corner with a great read again, had a couple of good blocks, and able to do a lot of that on his own. He's going to play Division III football. Most of everybody in the Topeka area thought he could probably play D2 somewhere, maybe D1 somewhere, but he chose to go to a very good Division III school with a lot of academics.
Nearly 80% of teachers give homework assignments online, yet some families don't have internet access at home. Cox and Connect to Compete are partnering to bring affordable internet to qualifying low-income families. To learn more, contact your school or call 1-855-222-3252. Connect to Compete from Cox. 2014 ball game. Topeka High School lined up for the extra point. It looked like Seaman called the timeout.
It looked like it to me, too. Here's Fyander on with another PAT attempt.
Ruth Fyander, who's 2 for 2 in the ball game, trying to go 3 for 3 and give her team a 7-point lead. Long snappers to various Givens. Alec Beatty is the holder. The extra point is up, and it is good. 3 for 3 night for Fyander, who's automatic so far and really has a great leg.
Yeah, she's an outstanding soccer player, only a sophomore at Topeka High. You've noticed that Topeka High scores on the big play, and Seaman has been scoring on long drives of around 5.5 minutes, but that's the difference between these two teams. Seaman would like to make those long drives to keep that explosive offense of Topeka High off the field.
You know, girls in sports playing with the boys, not as novel as it was maybe 15, 20 years ago, but to still have a kicker that is that automatic
and most
for
of
a
the time,
high school foot, there's a lot of things that are going to play.
Watch her, too. If we have a camera sometime, watch. Her kicks are not off to the side, this way, right or left. They split the uprights almost 50-50. She's a really good field goal kicker.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, Leon, well, what's the story down there? Give me some more here.
Earlier you mentioned Ruth Fyander's father, Bill. He played linebacker at Stanford University. Said he was pretty excited when his daughter made the football team as a kicker. I understand Mom was a little dubious, though. She was afraid Ruth might get hurt, but then she saw a couple games, said, hey, this is okay. She's doing all right.
Yeah, one other thing I want to ask about Fyander, she's not. Here's a pooch game. Look out. Seaman's got it. Scoops it up, 40-yard line, 36. It's been an adventure in the kicking game for the Trojans, and the Vikings have the football at the 35. What happened?
Holy moly, again, watch this. Mumford's going to end up with the ball, but it's a pooch kick that's supposed to be coming down the middle just to do what they did the first time to keep the ball away from any kind of a return. It ricochets off of a Seaman player. Watch, here's McCoy to put a toe to it. There it is. Boink! It hit.
Yeah, off his helmet, he picked it up.
It hit Mumford, and then he was able just to pick it up. Wow, what a break for Seaman in high territory again.
Well, I tell you what, do not go get something to eat during kickoffs because it's been an adventure. 37-yard line. The third time in the ballgame that Seaman has started in Trojan territory, and this time defensively, the Trojans make the stop. I was just going to mention that Ruth Fyander does not kick off.
No.
Because basically because they don't want her, because she's pretty light, and they don't want her on the field in kickoff coverage. So she does not, she kicks extra points, but she does not kick off for Topeka High School. Regardless, second down play, we'll call it second down and 10. Got back to the line of scrimmage as Seaman goes to work here. Short field situation. Pass on this time, again, off his fingertips. Dalton Cowan might have gotten rid of it a little earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know if you mentioned, Mike, Dalton Cowan's a sophomore, so folks who watch Cowan the first part of the year, he had a long way to go, and he's grown up a lot here as we get into the fifth week here.
Coach Pierce really likes him. He's a good athlete, good overall athlete. That pass, I'm not so sure that might not have been tipped at the line of scrimmage as well. But again, Cowan doing a good job here, but here's a big third down play for the Vikes.
Third down play, and we'll call it 10 off the incomplete pass and on the rollout. has blocking. They're running out of time, looking for a receiver. It's going to be caught. Nope, out of bounds. Over there to receive that pass, Nash McKnight. He was the intended receiver, but just didn't get it to him and keep his feet in bounds.
Nice shot by Cowan, just keep the play alive, rolling to his right side, waiting for the big tight end to come across the middle, and it came across, but got it to him a little bit late and out of bounds. Alec Beatty was there trying to go for the interception for the Trojans.
This is 4-down territory. On Cowan, by the way, the Topeka Seaman quarterback, he was handed the job because the Vikings signal callers were injured during the offseason. That is a holding call, by the way. And now maybe thought about punting. That third down and 10 becomes a third down and 20.
Right.
If not longer. They marched that ball all the way back to the 48-yard line.
And interestingly enough, you know, the punter is Joe Reagan, number 20.
Right.
It's wide side over near us.
Yeah,
here.
he's a lot of bottom portion of the screen.
Right.
I would set up a jet sweep or a screen pass. This would be a great spot
Good
for
bubble
Reagan.
screen. Good bubble screen. That's what we're
That's
going
what
to.
we're doing here. The screen play set up, 45-yard line. Topeka High School does a great job, and then a flag comes down. It's thrown in the direction of Reagan, who was the lead receiver. I wouldn't be surprised if Reagan may have held downfield. That's my guess at this point.
Trying to get that ball to Wyatt Hendricks. He's a huge target. Target 6'5", 230-pound tight end. And try to get it to him on a little bubble screen on the sideline. And you're right. That's what it is, and it'll be fourth down.
So fourth down play coming up from the 44-yard line. Take another look, see if you can look downfield.
All right, downfield, you go ahead and see Dalton Cowan come back and look, and they get it to Hendricks right there. 52.
Yeah, that's Reagan. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yep.
Good call.
Nice job by the side judge that time picking that up.
The eye in the sky does not lie, especially when you have it on video.
So true.
Hey, we make these officials pretty nervous when we come with our TV cameras. There's all such great guys, and they have regular jobs, of course. There's Reagan on the punt as he angles a good punt.
Yeah,
in the 10-yard line. There's a chance to get this down inside deep in Trojan territory. And it'll be placed inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line and punted very well. Topeka High School is about to get the football back, and they're going to have a 7-point lead. When we come back to Topeka, it's 21-14. Trojans are in front.
Hey, Dad. I thought you'd be watching the game.
Well, Joan Bear, I wish I was, but the TV's in there and the lawnmower's in here. Life is about compromise. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I can pull it up right here. We have the Cox bundle. Dad, if we have cake, we should eat it.
Add Cox Home Security to your bundle today for $29.99 a month, including free pro install. And keep in touch with your home whenever, wherever.
Cox is football. You're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Hey, Dad, what are you watching?
I don't know, JoJo. TV doesn't come easy. In life, you got to put in the time. But if you work hard, one day you'll find what you're looking for. A good Western, some true crime.
Dad, it's not that hard. Contour recommends shows you'll like.
It found us Westerns.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Search less and watch more. Get personalized TV with Contour from Cox from Accord 60 VR for as low as $15 more per month.
This?
21-14 ball game. Folks wrapped in blankets. They've got their winter garb out, though it was much colder early on. And if you were to just tune this on, you'd think, hey, they're playing in November. No, just the first Friday in October, week number 5 of the season. Topeka High has a first down and 10. Play action, looking for a receiver, and it's going to be almost intercepted. Almost caught, almost intercepted, well defended downfield. I have Simeon Sykes. Is that 18? And Simeon Sykes and the Topeka Seaman defense, he's not even listed on the 2 deep. So I think Topeka High knew that they had a backup on. They wanted to test him right away.
Right, a little play action here by Beatty going ahead as a receiver there, but a great job by the defensive man as well coming in, Austin. And Sykes with a nice job there.
Yeah, I think the folks, the offensive coordinator and the Topeka High booth said, hey, they got a new defender out there. On the jet sweep to the 10-yard line. And still on his feet, 15-yard line, had a chance there, 12-yard line. That's what I'll call it, far sideline. on that carry by the receiver. So another trick in the Topeka High bag there.
Yeah, another good jet sweep that time. Trying to get it into Caraway's hands. Taylor Caraway, another real speedster for this Topeka High team.
So third down, we'll call it 7. Ball marked at the 12-yard line for the Trojans. Topeka High would like to continue this drive and keep the football away from Topeka Seaman. Up a touchdown, 21-14. Catch is made, 23-yard line. Boy, what a catch. He had to go high for that football, did a great job of getting to it, and the receiver Khalil Austin did exactly that.
Okay, there's where the 7-on-7 comes in the summer, Mark. You have timing patterns like this to Austin. That pass was thrown before Austin even broke to the sideline, and the pass was complete from Beatty to Austin.
By the way, Beatty, and not counting that pass, had 243 yards of total offense in the ball game already. Here's Beatty. Beatty dances forward past the 30-yard line, close to the 31-yard line, and pick up a first down of 5 yards as the clock's moving.
Got a quarterback like that, and you know you've been burned a couple of times as a defensive back, so your linebackers are going to stay home. They're going to read on Beatty. That's why his pass plays could be very prominent here now.
Trojans have rolled up over 540 yards of total offense a game, 354 of it on the ground, 190 in the air, and they can score quickly, averaging nearly 68 points per ball game. Second down play here, wrapped up after a 3-yard gain. Let me mention that again, Mike. They're averaging 67 and a half points per ball game. I don't know if Topeka High's basketball team averages that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Beatty that time brings up a 3rd and short, and it's now on the legs of Alec Beatty for Topeka High.
Third down, we'll call it short 1. Give us the toe. McCoy stacked up at the line of scrimmage, but I think he fell forward. It's going to be very close to the first down marker. And again, Seaman did a great job defensively to penetrate to the ball carrier and nearly kept McCoy away from getting that first down.
But again, both of these offensive teams have big offensive lines that work very well together, and you've seen that on both sides of the ball for the Vikings and for Topeka High, able to pick up that 1 yard for the first down.
First down and 10. Ball is marked at the 37-yard line. During Beatty's run at quarterback, Topeka High is 21-4. Trying to get a 20-second victory here. Play action. Beatty looking for receivers. Got one. Down the sideline, overthrown. That pass was intended for Khalil Austin. But Topeka Seaman, despite the play action, did a nice job of one-on-one coverage downfield.
Great job that time because they forced Austin into the boundary. So you've got another defensive player there. You're forcing him as far as you can into the boundary. And the pass had to be just perfect that time, and it was a little bit overthrown by Beatty.
Boy, you got to think that the players on both teams got to be breathing heavily. And that is why Topeka High's weight program that Walt Alexander has placed so much emphasis on has come big. A lot of physicality, high level of physicality required to run this offense. 40-yard line, 45 midfield, 50, 45. Block downfield, 40-yard line, angling out of bounds. The 30-yard line, and a big running play for Topeka High School. And how quick is Mike McCoy? Nice chance to watch him.
Well, he's about 220 pounds, and he doesn't look like 220 pounds because he makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage. And like I told you in our pregame, he'll either run over you, there he ran around you.
Yeah, I was going to say, what a glider he is. Yeah, really
big
smooth runner. First down and 10, empty house backfield for Beatty as the tailback goes to a slot receiver. 5 receivers in the formation. He's got one wide open, 10-yard line, 5. Touchdown, Trojans. Catch is made by Khalil Austin, and that is a 36-yard touchdown play. But hold on. There is a flag down the field resting at the 33, so hold on. The touchdown call may not go. We'll get a call here pretty shortly from
Alec Beatty.
Alec
Beatty's running down saying, nice catch, Khalil. That's 6 on the board for us. So Topeka High is sure that this is against Seaman.
Officials are picking up the flag here.
They picked it up. Yep. So it's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike foul against the Seaman guys. Yep.
Touchdown
there it is.
pass.
Touchdown pass coming. Khalil Austin just simply beating the defender. Nice job, too, that time. And plenty of time for Alec Beatty to sit in the pocket. That big old offensive line giving the quarterback plenty of time. Here's Coach Alexander wanting to come in, talk this baby over with 1:09 to go before half.
All right, 27-14 is our score. 1 minute and 8 seconds. Timeouts called by Topeka High School. Worth mentioning, that was a 93-yard touchdown drive.
Yep.
The Trojans got the football back with 3.5 minutes to go before halftime, and that more than enough for the Topeka High Trojans to move the ball down the field. And we've seen this no-huddle run-pass offense run to perfection. And Walt Alexander gathered around his troops, and what a job he's done. In fact, Walt Alexander, Mike, has worked at Atchison County, Belleville, Hill City, Ness City, Elk Valley, Westmoreland. There's not a town in Kansas where he hasn't coached, and all those stops along the way. In fact, he coached in Germany.
Yes, he did.
He told us his long story about he got away from coaching, was in the military, was in Germany, had a chance to coach high school-aged kids, and just loved it, enjoyed it. Extra point coming from guess who? Ruth. Ruth's got it again. 28-14 is our score, and the Trojans turned that 14-14 ball game into back-to-back scores, and Walt Alexander's got his troops fired up.
Yeah, that's 12 touchdowns on the year now for Mike McCoy, and doesn't he run a little bit like Niall Davis for the Chiefs? I mean, you can't compare. Obviously, Davis is a professional, but I'm telling you, McCoy runs as hard as any running back we have in the city of Topeka, and he's got a nice big offensive line.
Coming up Saturday on the Cox Channel, the MIAA's Game of the Week features Central Oklahoma traveling to Nebraska Kearney for a key conference matchup. Watch it live on the Cox Channel starting at 2 o'clock. Then on Sunday, the Jayhawk Network features a highly regarded Kansas team hosting Missouri State Sunday at 1, the Cox Channel. Your home for local sports action because Cox is football. That includes soccer as well. We saw the World Cup this summer, so we'll just throw in the soccer in that category.
How about these long drives by Seaman to score and the quick hitters, by the Topeka High Trojans? That's the kind of offense Topeka High has this year. They got good speed, good big offensive line, great quarterback. A lot of things going for that Trojan team, but boy, Seaman putting up a real battle here tonight.
Let's see what happens on the extra point. And by the way, it moved up, and this kick is going to be angled. It's going to be illegal procedures, what they're going to call it, because it's kicked out of bounds. But the kick came from the 45. There was that unsportsmanlike penalty following the touchdown. They moved it from the 40 to the 45-yard line, and that time they just told Mike McCoy to boot it as far as he could kick it.
Yeah. Don't squib it and hit Mumford and let Mumford recover it.
As impressive as Topeka High School has been offensively, and we've certainly seen the fireworks here, the Trojans are giving up only 180 yards per game defensively, and that figures to under 10 points per game through 4 Fridays. The Trojans have forced 4 fumbles, 5 interceptions, 9 turnovers in the seasons in 4 games. A re-kick is coming, and you know why? Because this is a big weapon for Topeka Seaman to have Joe Reagan back. Number 2, when he is back, the Vikings have a chance to score every single time the opposing team is either kicking or punting the football away.
Mark, that's part of the game for the opposing team when Joe Reagan is out there, is find a way to kick it away from him. Don't kick it nice and high so he can get the block set up, maybe some kind of a down the sideline type of thing. So you try to kick it away from him, but that hasn't been so successful for Topeka High here just as of late. Certainly not last time with a squib kick. So the ball is going to be right at midfield now for McCoy to kick it away for the Trojans.
So we're back to the 50-yard line. Originally you kicked from the 40. It was moved 15 yards because of the unsportsmanlike, and now we're kicking from the 50 again. So back and forth. You certainly need a scorecard to keep up with what's going on. And the high numbers offensively, and McCoy's kick, it's a squib kick. Returns coming, that's Reagan. Reagan from the 8-yard line, 10. He very rarely gets an opportunity to return, does so to the 31-yard line. You saw, at least for a moment, how quick he is. In fact, Mike, on the year, Joe Reagan has only been he's had four returns. That's not very many. No. Because Seaman's given up some points, which means they've given up some kickoffs, but Joe Reagan's averaged 20 yards per kickoff return. But you can see how little teams actually decide to kick off to him. That was just, I think my Mike got 1 in this game, so he's got 5 on the year.
Wow. Looks like they're trying to set up a picket fence down that sideline for him. If they ever gets that corner turned, he is gone.
First down 10, 29-yard line. Morantz, 35-yard line. Pick up about 5 yards. Clock is on the move inside a minute to go before halftime. Stay with us, by the way, at halftime. Leon Liebel is going to interview representatives from both Topeka High School and also from Topeka Seaman High School. Coming up at halftime. Pass play caught, 41-yard line, wrapped up and brought down with a little bit of help. Catch, though, made by Nick Steiner, who certainly made his presence felt in the ball game.
Yeah, that's enough for a first down. Nice job, just a little quick hitter. Go out and do a little button hook right at the right at the first down marker, and away they go.
First down 10, ball marked to the 41-yard line. 2 receivers near sideline, a pistol look. Seaman running out of time here. Inside 30 seconds to go.
Reagan.
And there's Reagan on the catch midfield. Reagan looking for a block's not going to get one, but inside Trojans territory, 42-yard line. And I don't know how many timeouts Seaman has left. I think they've got one timeout remaining. At least according to our count, places the ball on the 42-yard line.
Got to stop the clock, move the chains. Start it up now.
Three receiver look, single back. Back to pass. Looking for a receiver, pump fake toward the receiver on the far sideline. Looked like a good play for a moment. That was intended for Nick Steiner, but double coverage downfield by the Topeka High defenders.
Nice job by Topeka High, not letting Steiner get behind those two defensive backs. Incomplete pass, though, stops the clock as well.
Seaman defensively running a 4-2-5, but offensively, this is a team in that zone read. They've been unfortunate to fumble the ball away 12 times. They've lost only 4 of those, and 6 interceptions, now 7 on the year. On the pass, and the catch is made inside the 30-yard line. Good play. Inside the 29-yard line, 8 seconds remaining.
First down, they'll move the chains here, and so I think maybe they'll use their final timeout.
Timeout called by Seaman.
Injury timeout.
All right.
On the far side over there. Got a Topeka High player down.
Now, Topeka High is actually going to stop the clock. Topeka High will be the reason the clock is stopped.
Right.
Let's put it that way. So no, there's still one timeout remaining for Seaman. Seaman can run a play, call a timeout.
Yep.
Ball placed at the 29-yard line. Vikings down 28-14 to the men of Troy. Back to pass. Single coverage, got a receiver toward the end zone and incomplete. Boy, Nick Steiner snuck behind the Topeka High Trojans defense and was open for a second.
Cowan put that one up in the air too, giving Steiner a chance to run underneath it. Look, Cowan, the sophomore quarterback, puts a little air under it. Come on, Steiner, get underneath that thing, and not quite there. Still defensively. That time Topeka High was beaten in the backfield.
Dante Brooks was the defender downfield, but 1 second remains, so the Vikings can run a play here.
Yep.
In fact, Seaman's going to call timeout. Gives us an opportunity to talk about Blake Pierce, the head coach at Topeka Seaman, as he is now in his 11th season as the head coach. His background includes working under the well-known Ron Bowen, speaking of having stadiums named after you. He's a Washburn Rural.
Right.
He was also an assistant here to Bill Lowe before taking over the head coaching position, did so in 2004. The Vikings have been a state playoff team in 8 of the last 10 years, 13 of the last 15 seasons. The Vikings' top finish under Pierce in the postseason was a semifinal spot opposite eventual state champion Salina Central, and that was way back in 2005. The Vikings would like to get back on track to being a perennial postseason team amongst those 5A teams, but that is a tough climb to take because 5A football right now with Wichita, Bishop Carroll, and boy, the rugged traffic they've got, that's a long climb that they got to take. Hey, by the way, speaking of warming up, that marching band getting set to go on the sideline. 28-14 ball. He's got his game face on. Look at the tuba player.
Yes, sir.
He's
You're on TV.
He's here to play. He's not here to mess around.
Here we go, one play.
Here we go. Last play before the half.
So we got 3 receivers on that side.
Toward the end zone, looks good, and it's going to be incomplete. It was intended for Wyatt Steenson. He's 6'3", and it was a bit of a jump ball. The pass is incomplete, and that is how halftime will arrive at Topeka Seaman. Great half so far as Topeka High School scores 4 touchdowns, 2 on back-to-back long scoring plays. And we'll take a 28-14 halftime advantage. Good half so far, Mike Mann.
Very good half so far. And, of course, you know, if you looked at the computer pick on this, it had Topeka High by a bunch. Not so. Only a 2-touchdown game at halftime, and the Vikes are right in this one.
So 28-14, Seaman heads toward the locker room where they have a lot to talk about. And meanwhile, across the way, Topeka High fans accustomed to being up by a bunch of points so far. Well, we're just getting along here so far. You see the Trojan huddle waiting for things to happen here, and we're going to have a chance to talk with head coach Walt Alexander in just a moment. But Topeka High School led by Alec Beatty, a couple of big home runs. In fact, a 77-yard run. They had a 53-yard screen pass play, and then another long touchdown run. And the Topeka High School head the locker room up a couple of touchdowns, 28-14. And we get the opportunity to head to Leon Liebel down the sideline. Leon?
Well, Coach Walt Alexander, the head coach of the Topeka High Trojans, and from our perspective, pretty entertaining first half. I don't know what you thought of it.
Well, defensively, we gave them a short field a lot. We tried a couple things, but I think the kids have settled down, playing a little bit better defensively now. Offensively, you got to give Seaman credit. We knew they'd be good. They're tough. They're playing hard, and we knew they would tonight. So we've got a long way to go in this one.
You really have the quick strike capabilities.
Well, we're pretty confident, in calling plays and not afraid to do it anywhere on the field. That's for sure, because we trust our kids.
You talk about Seaman's offense. You surprised at the score of this game? How close it had been?
No, I'm not really. A two-score game doesn't surprise me at this time. We watched them do an 18-play drive against Junction City last week, so we knew that they can move the football pretty well. They're not a bad football team.
Coach, thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks.
Good ball game of the half so far. 28-14 is our score. Time now for the K-Preps halftime show. That's on the way. Leon Liebel will have discussions with representatives of both Topeka High School as well as Topeka Seaman High School. You are watching Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel across Kansas. Topeka High leads Seaman 28-14 here at halftime.
Hey, Dad. I thought you'd be watching the game.
Well, Joan Bear, I wish I was, but the TV's in there and the lawnmower's in here. Life is about compromise. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I can pull it up right here. We have the Cox bundle. Dad, if we have cake, we should eat it.
Add Cox Home Security to your bundle today for $29.99 a month, including free Pro install. And keep in touch with your home whenever, wherever.
Cox is football. You're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Cox is football!
Hey, Dad, what are you watching?
I don't know, JoJo. TV doesn't come easy. In life, you got to put in the time. But if you work hard, one day you'll find what you're looking for. A good Western, some true crime.
Dad, it's not that hard. Contour recommends shows you'll like.
It found us Westerns.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Search less and watch more. Get personalized TV with Contour from Cox and Record 60 VR for as low as $15 more per month.
This is my Contour. It knows there are lots of sides.
Me. We each have our own taste. And of course, our own sensibilities.
What about my stuff? Fortunately, Contour can record all our shows.
Up to 6 at the same time.
So we all get what we want. That takes brains.
Someone say brains?
That's why Contour is TV just for me.
Record 6 shows at once for the many sides of you, only with Contour.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials.
Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the games.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now
Twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
It's time now to welcome you into the K-Preps halftime show. Kpreps.com is your source for high school football scores, stories, rankings, and team pages for every school in Kansas. Kpreps.com. 28-14 is our halftime score. Let's head to the sideline. Here's Leon Liebel.
Thanks, Mark, and I'm joined by the associate principal for Topeka High, Rob Hayes, as we always like to talk to a representative of the school at halftime. And your impressions of this first half, a little closer maybe.
I don't know if it's any closer than we thought. Obviously, we're at their place, and it's a tough opponent. Seaman's always great at their place. And I don't know if we necessarily expected to walk over them. It's a great game, close game, and hopefully we stretch it out in the second half.
Topeka High is so far having an incredible football season, averaging, 67.5 points a game. And what's it been like around the school with the football team playing that well?
Anytime your football team has success, it just brings energy and enthusiasm to the school. Our kids are feeding off of it. They feel great. All our kids, you can see the crowd over there. They're really supportive of our football program, but our kids are supportive of all our programs, and this is just a testament to who we are and what we're about at Topeka High.
You know, for our audience all around the state of Kansas, I think people maybe not know it. Topeka High, one of the great traditions in the state of Kansas, academically and athletically.
Yeah, absolutely. We're blessed. The fact of the matter is we've always been a great institution academically, athletically. We've accomplished a lot over the years and even recently. One of the cool things about it is every week, every month, every year, it seems like we have more and more students who accomplish these great things. We've got students that are nationally recognized around the state, as well as our staff, as a matter of fact. Last year we had 6 members of our staff that received some type of national recognition, national award for the work that they do, and yeah, we've got great things going on at Topeka High.
Now, you told me you graduated from Topeka West, which I understand is the arch rival of Topeka High. How's that work for you now?
You know, I have some purple in me, but I tell you what, I absolutely love Topeka High. There's people who attend school there, people who work there. You understand it, you get it, and I get it now. I walk into that building every day thinking how lucky I am and how proud I am to be a Trojan.
All right, very good. Thank you so much, Rob. Absolutely. Rob Hayes, Associate Principal at Topeka High. Mark, back to you.
Thanks, Leon. Topeka High School, in fact, is the only public high school in the world with an operating dig and chime system. The THS Gymnasium is known affectionately as the Dungeon, and it seats 4,000 people. Topeka High's Constitution Plaza features a flagpole made from the third spar of the 1979 USS Constitution. And so you know, here at halftime at Topeka Seaman High School, the marching band is on the field entertaining the fans here in the capital city. 28-14 ball game, and a good ball game it is. We've had a little thunder and lightning so far, and that's on the gridiron. The K-Preps halftime show continues live from Topeka in just a moment.
Mom, why haven't you added Cox Digital Telephone to your Cox Internet and TV? Then you'd have TV caller ID.
You know, I've been with my phone company for years. They're like an antique to me.
But this antique is costing you an extra $10 every month with no TV caller ID. I mean, don't you want to know it's me when I call? Mom?
Add Cox Digital Telephone today and make unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and home phones in Mexico for only $9.99 a month.
My Contour knows I'm into all kinds of TV, and no matter what I'm into right now, its enlightened app puts it right here. And here! It can even record up to 6 shows at once. So we all get what we want, like sci-fi, romantic comedies. Anyone? That's why Contour's TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
Hey, Dad. I thought you'd be watching the game.
Well, Joan Bear, I wish I was, but the TV's in there and the lawnmower's in here. Life is about compromise. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I can pull it up right here. We have the Cox bundle. Dad, if we have cake, we should eat it.
Add Cox Home Security to your bundle today for $29.99 a month, including free pro install. And keep in touch with your home whenever, wherever.
Cox is football, and you're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Cox is football!
Hey, Dad, what are you watching?
I don't know, JoJo. TV doesn't come easy. In life, you gotta put in the time. But if you work hard, one day you'll find what you're looking for. A good Western, some true crime.
Dad, it's not that hard. Contour recommends shows you'll like.
It found us Westerns.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Search less and watch more. Get personalized TV with Contour from Cox and record 60 VR for as low as $15 more per month.
Vikings marching band entertain the folks here. What a great organization. They are Drum and Bugle Corps and just precision running. Seaman High School dedicated to developing in every student lifelong skills essential for achieving personal, academic, and occupational success. With that, we go to the home team. Leon Liebel's on the sideline.
Well, thanks again, Mark. I'm joined now by the principal of Seaman High School, Ron Vendeska. And Ron, first of all, let's talk a little bit about that first half. I know you're a pretty big football fan, and kind of an encouraging first half of the Vikings.
Well, I thought we really started off well, controlling the ball and trying to make the game perhaps a little bit shorter by keeping possession of it for a while. But High has so many weapons and they're so quick, it was really hard for us to keep up with them.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this is one of my first trips ever to Seaman High School. And I understand you build houses and you have a bank. We got to explain this. Let's start with the houses.
Well, our current tech ed program has a strong drafting and architecture, construction science component to it. And it started off building a house off campus through Habitat. And we decided that we could do it a lot better here and we could build a house ourselves. And we had some help from a local bank and from some other people in the community. And we have now built over a dozen houses right here on campus that we contribute to Habitat for Humanity.
It's amazing, incredible. Also the bank, that's been here how long?
The bank here at Seaman High School has been here since 1927, when you and I could have started a bank back then. And even though we're not a branch bank, we are affiliated with Kaw Valley State Bank here in town. And we now have over $250,000 in assets. We run all of our athletic money and activity money through it, club accounts. It's a great asset for our school, plus it's great experience for our students.
Yeah, how's that work with the students?
Well, the students have to make a 2-year commitment. So as sophomores, they interview for that job, just as you and I would interview for a job at the bank. And as juniors, they're tellers, and as seniors, they run the books. And if we don't balance at the end of class, we don't go to class. We have to make sure we balance before we're done.
A lot going on here at Seaman High School. The band, you were just telling me about how we're entertained by the band here at halftime and how great they've been.
Our music department is fantastic. Our marching band is over 200 strong. They put in a lot of time with it. Even there's some folks from K-State come, Dr. Tracy company, come and work with us one evening. We take it very seriously. We love to compete. We love to travel. And the kids just have a blast. They do a great job, but we have great instructors there too.
Well, it's been fun so far, our experience here at Seaman High School, and best of luck in the second half.
Well, thank you. We're thrilled to host you, and we're glad that Cox 22 is here. I'm a loyal Cox customer myself, and I look forward to watching the replay.
Oh, Mark Ewing's got to be glad to hear that. Mark, back to you.
Yeah, it's a great pitch. We recorded that. We're going to re-rack that later for the commercial. October 1920 is when Seaman opened its doors. They had 65 students. Fred A. Seaman played a critical role in the school's establishment and served as its first principal. He became the school's namesake, following a vote by enrolled students. 5 students were in that first graduating class. And now you know. More of halftime from Topeka after this.
Hey, Kansas, Phil Nightingale, General Manager here at Mel Hambleton Ford, to Big Corner, 119th in West Kellogg. Want peace of mind when buying a used car? Ford, certified pre-owned vehicles. 172-point inspection by one of our certified technicians, 7-year 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, roadside assistance, and with over 130 certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from, why would you go anywhere else? Right now, 1.9% for 72 months on Edges, Fusions, and Escapes. It's only happened to Big Corner, 119th in West Kellogg, or check us out online at mhford.com. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge.
This is my Contour. It knows there are lots of sides.
Me. We each have our own taste. And of course, our own sensibility.
What about my style? Fortunately, Contour can record all our shows. Up to 6 at the same time. So we all get what we want. That takes brains.
Someone say brains?
That's why Contour is TV just for me.
Record 6 shows at once for the many sides of you, only with Contour.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials.
Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the games.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now
Twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
Mom, why haven't you added Cox Digital Telephone to your Cox Internet and TV? Then you'd have TV caller ID.
You know, I've been with my phone company for years. They're like an antique to me.
But this antique is costing you an extra $10 every month with no TV caller ID. I mean, don't you want to know it's me when I call? Mom?
Add Cox Digital Telephone today and make unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and home phones in Mexico for only $9.99 a month.
My Contour knows I'm into all kinds of TV, and no matter what I'm into right now, its enlightened app puts it right here. And here. It can even record up to 6 shows at once. So we all get what we want, like sci-fi, romantic comedies. Anyone? That's why Contour's TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
K-Prep's halftime show continues. 28-14 is our score. Topeka High leads Seaman. It was a 14-0 ball game. And then Topeka High put back-to-back scoring drives together, a couple touchdowns, and that is where we are. With Mike Mann's in the booth, I'm Mark Ewing. Glad to have you on board wherever you are in the state of Kansas. This is a fun night. We didn't know what this game would be. We thought it might be one-sided, and Seaman's played well so far.
It's not. Take those couple big runs by Beatty away, and we're tied up at 14 apiece. Highlights look like this tonight. Alec Beatty, we talked about it earlier. I've never seen in all the years I've covered Topeka High football ever get caught from behind. Here's his first run on just a simple zone read by the quarterback. And now the kickoff comes, and here is, again, this is a play that's a problem. You know, Joe Reagan's got to get on that. Lucky for Seaman, they get it back. Now back to pass is Cowan. Sets little fly pattern in the end zone for Mumford, and he beats everybody to the corner of the end zone. That's 6. Down the other way, here comes Beatty again now to Khalil Austin. Austin trying to fool everybody, but it's not there. And defensively, Seaman comes up with a big stop there. Beatty again, little play action. Getting it to the outside, get it to Khalil Austin. He's got speed to burn down the right sideline. Good block coming for him right there. Cuts up against it into the end zone for the touchdown for Khalil Austin. Down the other way again, here comes Seaman running in. They get it to Chance Kinney. He gets in, and here comes Beatty again. Track meet for Beatty. Down the right sideline, gets one block, outruns everybody into the end zone. Another 70-plus touchdown run for Beatty. And the other way back again. Here we come. Here goes a little pass play coming in the end zone. Khalil Austin. Austin for a touchdown. Khalil Austin with his second TD.
Well, I was thinking as I was seeing those highlights, Mike, that if Seaman had not broken, the bend but break principle was certainly applied there. Seaman did a great job, but those two big plays really changed momentum.
He really did, and it's not it's the plays, the quick hitters that are really beating Seaman right now.
Let's head down to Leon Liebel on the sideline, who is with the home team coach. Leon.
I'm with Blake Pierce, the head coach of the Seaman Vikings, and an encouraging first half. You just told me that you're down by 2 touchdowns, but still you've had several answers on offense.
Yeah, we did play well offensively, but we've got to figure out a way to contain their quarterback. He's a great athlete. We knew he was going to be a tough stop for us.
Encouraged by the way your kids keep bouncing back in this game?
Yeah, you know, our kids are tough, and we've done that all year, and we just got to continue. You know, we've got a full half to go, and, you know, we're in this game.
Second half, just trying to contain them a little bit?
Yeah, you know, we made some adjustments on defense, but offensively, we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing.
All right, Coach, best of luck in the second half. Mark, back to you.
Can Topeka Seaman come back and challenge Topeka High School? We're about to find out. The second half is on the way. Kickoff as the second half continues from Topeka Seaman High School is on the way next.
Hey, Kansas, Phil Nightingale, General Manager here at Mel Hambleton Ford, the big corner, 119th in West Gallup. Want peace of mind when buying a used car? Ford, certified pre-owned vehicles. 172-point inspection by one of our certified technicians, 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, roadside assistance, and with over 130 certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from, why would you go anywhere else? Right now, 1.9% for 72 months on edges, fusions, and escapes. It's only happened to Big Corner of 119th in West Gallup, or check us out online at mhford.com. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge.
This is my Contour. It knows there are lots of sides.
Me. We each have our own taste. And of course, our own sensibilities.
What about my style? Fortunately, Contour can record all our shows. Up to 6 at the same time. So we all get what we want. That takes brains.
Someone say brains?
That's why Contour is TV just for me.
Record 6 shows at once for the many sides of you, only with Contour.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials.
Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the games.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now
twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
Mom, why haven't you added Cox Digital Telephone to your Cox Internet and TV? Then you'd have TV caller ID.
You know, I've been with my phone company for years. They're like an antique to me.
But this antique is costing you an extra 10 bucks every month with no TV caller ID. I mean, don't you want to know it's me when I call? Mom?
Add Cox Digital Telephone today and make unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and home phones in Mexico for only $9.99 a month.
My Contour knows I'm into all kinds of TV, and no matter what I'm into right now, its enlightened app puts it right here. And here! It can even record up to 6 shows at once. So we all get what we want, like sci-fi, romantic comedies. Anyone? That's why Contour's TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
You've been watching the K-Preps halftime show. KPreps.com is your source for high school football scores, stories, rankings, team pages for every school in Kansas. KPreps.com. Well, we get set to look at our first half stats. I can tell you this, Mike, right away. In addition to this team stats you're showing, Alec Beatty, 7 for 12, is thrown for 131 yards with 2 touchdowns. He also has rushed for 162 yards with 2 touchdowns. I mean, 4 touchdowns, 293 total yards for Alec Beatty. And then you look at this first half stat numbers. What's that really jumped out at you so far?
Well, I tell you what, it's the big play opportunities for Topeka High that has doomed Seaman here to be down by 2 touchdowns. Seaman is content in running those plays and getting those, 3-4 yards with Morantz at running back, but they got to find a way to stop Beatty in particular.
So Topeka Seaman here is going to have a kickoff return. Joe Reagan's going to take it from 13, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line, and he has met at the 37-yard line. Thought Brandon hit after the play. Boy, the hometown fans here on the near sideline wanted a flag thrown, as that play probably extended a little bit beyond the whistle, but no flag comes. And both teams are fired up here for the second half. Take a look.
Watch his form tackle. Reagan is about to go out of bounds. He's not out yet, and there's no whistle that's been blown. He's fighting out. Watch form tackle. Pick somebody up, down. That's the official right there on that, as that was Tyrese Parker.
So ball's going to be marked to the 38-yard line. That is where the Vikings will take over here.
Just, that's part of football. You're not out of bounds yet, and the tackle was finished right there, although Reagan looked to be going out of bounds.
Reagan's had a couple of returns, a couple of opportunities here. He really hasn't had a chance to really display them, but the flag, as Dalton Cowan goes to work here, 105 yards of passing, 50% right now. Has 1 touchdown pass. The sophomore gaining confidence quarter by quarter. All he needs is experience, getting a little bit more here. And in Seaman territory, passes made, catches made at the 43-yard line, and a hard hit and a hard tackle after the catch was made.
Yeah, Nash McKnight just a little look in, a quick hitter, just try to get him the ball, get Cowan, who's a sophomore, make him feel a little more at ease, begin in the second half, get him a couple of passes that are easy to make. McKnight with a nice job with the catch and a decent pickup of 3 or 4 yards.
Of the 6 possessions Seaman had in the first half, 3 of them were in Topeka High territory. This is the 4th possession of the ball game. The Vikings are in Trojan territory. 40, 35-yard line, first down marker, rest of the 37. The surge pushes the ball carrier backwards, but it looked like that Colton Morantz has a first down, at least very close to it.
Yeah, Garrett Streets at 5'10" and 260. And what did Coach Pierce tell us? We're gonna do the same thing we did in the first half because it was successful. Hey, little, I'm coming up the middle, see if you can stop me.
And Morantz is out of the ball game. Inside, like Chance Kenny, who scored that touchdown in the first half, is back in the fullback spot. And he's going to get the handoff, first down. That hard, and the ball shakes loose. Trojans have it. Fumble, Seaman on that hard tackle, and Topeka High School comes up with it. What a hard hit from the Trojans defense.
I think it was Jamonte Garner. Is that right? 21. Let's see it again. That happened so quickly. I think it was Garner. Here he comes. That's Brooks.
He poked it from behind,
That was Brooks that did that. That was a Dante Brooks from his strong safety position coming up there, and there it is. There's a turnover. Something that Seaman does not want to do is give High that ball back in good position.
Yeah, Mike, as I watched that replay, the hit had nothing to do with it. It just wasn't secured from the handoff.
Yep.
So the Trojans fired up, have the football. The second turnover forced by Topeka High School. You may remember the interception in the end zone in the first half. Well, Topeka High School takes over, up a couple of touchdowns. And now taking over from their own 38-yard line. First possession, second half for Topeka High coming up. Alec Beatty getting close to 300 yards of total offense already. Pass to the outside, catch is made. 45, 50 midfield, and into Seaman territory, down to the 47-yard line. Let's call it a 14-yard pickup on first down.
Again, just a little screen pass. Get it to Dante Brooks because he is fast. He can run, and they got a good pass to Brooks. Got it set up with a couple of blockers in front of him, and picked up the first down in Seaman territory.
First down and 10 for the Trojans at the 48-yard line, and now an offset kind of a pistol with it back to the right, and then one to the left. This is McCoy, slants and flat, 40-yard line, 35. And just hits a Seaman defender and just barrel rolls him into the 30-yard line. What a hit in the end of it. Boy, it's tough to bring him down.
Simeon Sykes met up with Mr. McCoy. Sykes at 160 pounds. Mr. McCoy, nice, watch his stiff arm right there. That was a great start. And then watch him just run right over Sykes. But I say he could run over you or run around you.
First down for the Trojans, now down at the 29-yard line. Second drive of this drive. And here's the ball carrier. This is Sailor Caraway. Caraway inside the 25-yard line to the 23. And yet another weapon. I'll tell you this, if you come watch Topeka High, you better have a game program because they really spread the ball around.
And Hunter Port did a nice job of run assist coming up that time to make the tackle. That might have been a bigger play if Port was not there.
We'll pick up, we'll call it 5 yards, at least 4 yards. Ball at the 25-yard line. First down marker rests just inside the red zone, inside the 19-yard line. This is Caraway again, back-to-back carries for Caraway, and a pickup of about 3 yards as he weaves to the middle of that Topeka Seaman defense.
Yeah, and using the big offensive line, following right behind Big 077, you could hardly miss him, Jake Rainier, 313-pound center. Followed right off his right side, and Rainier making a nice hold that time for Caraway to pick up a few yards.
Topeka High started its season with a 69-0 victory over Kansas City Schlegel, and then backed it up with a 76-6 win over Topeka West. And here's that little crossbuck hand. Ball's loose, and it looks like the Vikings have it. On the end of the play, it's Seaman football.
Beatty with a fumble, and I think, if I've got it right, I think that might have been Mr. Hunter Porter got in there and poked that thing away from Beatty. Had it hit the turf. Let's look and see. But here is Beatty. Nice read again. Hole is there. Yep, it was. It was Porter got in there and knocked it away, and recovered by the Seaman Vikings, number 58, Jordan Wolche.
So Wolche on the recovery, this 230-pound senior, and the Vikings take over the football. First down and 10, 21-yard line. And the give again is to the tailback inside. A lot of bodies around the ball carrier as these two teams are really going after each other. This has been a really physical contest so far.
Yeah, these guys are hitting each other. These are big offensive lines, and the linebackers for both teams are really good and are run assisting extremely well. That's where play action passes and maybe some screens will come in handy for either team.
Both teams took their first possession and fumbled it away. And now the Vikings have their second possession, third quarter. Back to pass. Guys will receive at 31-yard line, trying to get to the 32, which is where the first down marker is. And it looks like, once again, there's Nick Steiner's had a nice night.
Got another first down. Again, a quick hitter. Cowan is really good at those kind of plays, and Steiner with a nice move, acted like he was going to take it down the left sideline and just stop button hook, and the pass was right in his hands.
Sophomore quarterback, sophomore receiver for the Vikings, who at least future is bright if they can make their way out of this 1-3 start to this 2014 season. First down and 10 for the Vikings, and their own 32-yard line, 28-14. Topeka High leads Seaman. Here's Moran's 40-yard line, 44-yard line. First down and 10 for the Vikings. And how impressive is Colt Moran's in this ball game?
Yeah, Alec Beatty had to come up from his safety position to make the stop for Topeka High. Look at Moran's now. Watch him cover the ball. Watch now. He's going to get a hit. I'm going to hang on to that thing. Beatty came up, finally brought him down.
44-yard line is where it's marked in a drive that started at 21. 2 first downs for the Seaman Vikings, who would love to get a score here and get back in this ball game. Here's Moran's stutter step midfield into Topeka High territory all the way to the 47-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup on first down.
Had to be a trap play or something, Mark. That hole was so wide open for Morantz that he stopped for a minute. It's like, man, look how big that hole is. He ran. Watch this hole open up. Oh, my. Well, great block, too.
Yeah, 52
great block,
swung
52.
that out. That was Brett Lichter.
Lichter, the 6'2", 225-pound guard with a great block.
I saw at the same time you did play action. There's under Garas trying to get away from the pressure and sacked all the way back to 48, but hold on. Flag is down. There is a flag down at the point of the sack, but Topeka High School that time, led by the charge from Tavarius Givens.
See what it is. It is White Hat's coming over here. Here it is again. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. Great job. They started the blitz that's coming in. Ooh,
this is going to go on the Trojans. Big one is going to be a hit to the helmet. You got the explanation from Jeff Freeman. Look at the replay here. See if you can see it at the end.
There's a good job by the Topeka High guys. That was number 43, Brian Collins, coming in first, and then there, it was a personal foul, obviously. But
first down and 10, though, Mike, as the Trojans are giving up some ground here. There's Moran's 25, 20-yard line. Inside the red zone go the Vikings on a long drive. Another flag. Another flag on the end of that play, and it looks like it's going to go against the Trojans, who are obviously frustrated here.
Again, Topeka High with a big hole open up to Topeka. The Seaman guys open a big hole coming down that right off right guard, between right guard and right tackle. Coming in late now, the ball. They're trying to strip the ball away from Morantz.
That was Dante Brooks on the end of that.
Dante Brooks on the end of that.
Yeah, Dante Brooks probably tried to punch that ball loose. Instead, he got a little bit too much of the ball carrier, and that is why the ball is now inside the 10-yard line.
This is 30 yards
all
and
the
penalties,
way down to 9. That's 15 yards plus 15.
Yes.
You're right, 30 yards and penalties, first down and goal for Topeka Seaman.
What Coach Pierce telling us, we got to finish when we get in the red zone. Here they are in the red zone.
Dalton Cowan sets the offense. Morantz is behind him. Pistol look. Give us to Cowens. Morantz, 5-yard line to the 3-yard line.
Fumbled the ball.
In fact, they look like the ball popped loose.
Did,
they look like
got
Morantz got on the end of that. Boy, Morantz has just been a workhorse for Seaman.
Jeez, I cannot believe the holes that offensive line for Seaman opening up for Morantz. Here he is again. Look at this. There are just people coming on linebackers.
The ball really squirted loose.
Yeah, they're just picked up, looks like.
That was a lineman 36.
That was
Wyatt Hendricks,
the big tight end, yeah.
Well, that's what you missed with all those bodies in there. Second down and goal for Seaman. 28-14 ball game as you take a look down the line there. That's the distance between Seaman and the goal line. Give is to the back. Morantz trying to power in, but instead he's caught for a loss. In fact, Jacob Anderson for Topeka High School. Great defense. Chance Kenny on the carry.
Kenny in again. They'll bring Kenny in a little bit on these short yardage situations because he's about 20 pounds heavier than Morantz. So put him in, try to get those short yards. Ooh, big play here, huh?
Yeah, we're looking at substitutions in and out. Third down and goal. Loss of about a yard. Chance Kenny did lose the ball last time he was responsible for the fumble.
He also has a 1-yard touchdown.
And here's Morantz in the ball game. Colt Morantz, a 5'9", 160-pound junior. And you take a look at the quarterback trying to lead his team into the end zone here. Dalton Cowan sets the offense as Seaman goes to work. Single back on the rollout. Looking to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Nicely defended in the end zone by Topeka High's. Guess who? The quarterback. Alec Beatty playing defensive back. Got to the football and knocked it down.
Colton Morantz that time tried to chip block a Topeka High Trojan coming in. Didn't get much of him. You'll see him coming in now. Watch Morantz 9. He'll try to block. Oh, missed 2 guys. That time that Cowan just had to throw it too quick, and Beatty was right there.
4th down and 4. Down a couple of touchdowns. Seaman's going for it. Give us to Morantz. He gets to the 2-yard line. Trying to get to the goal line and stopped at the 1. He stopped at the 1, and the Vikings will turn it over on downs.
Oh, what a drive. What did Coach Pierce tell us when we did the pregame with him is, my gosh, we've had such a hard time finishing in the red zone, and here they are at the 1-yard line and run out of downs. Wow. But now if you're a defense, you say, look, we'll play a little field position here. Let's get Topeka High 3 and out, and we'll get great field position and get that pumpkin right back.
So
boy, what a tough one. What a tough
long
series
drive,
there.
lots of time there. We're going to take a break with them. 28-14 is our score. Topeka High leads Seaman. The Trojans on the ball at the 1-yard line. You're watching Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel, Kansas.
Congratulations, your student athlete has just earned a school letter. The next step is to purchase an awards check. Hi, I'm Steve Wilbert, owner of All Season Sportswear, one of the top letter jacket dealers in South Central Kansas. We can customize any school's letter jacket to fit your individual needs. We also specialize in screen printing, embroidery, engraving, corporate apparel, and uniforms, and all work is done in-house. That's All Season Sportswear, located 2 blocks west of 33rd and North Ridge Road in Wichita, or go to allseasonsportswear.com.
Remember your first set of wheels? The excitement you felt, the glory it brought when you rode your brand new bike. Well, Bike Man remembers too. And he wants everyone to know that feeling. Whether it's your first set of wheels or your 10th, you'll find it here at the Bicycle Exchange. Plenty of variety, plenty of wheels. Find your own at the Bicycle Exchange. Your bike pros.
Well, you talk about a dual threat quarterback. How about a dual threat coach, Steve Bushnell, who's the well-known baseball coach.
Well, he
at
has
Topeka Seaman.
either has 6 or 7 state championships in 5
Every year they are a contender.
Oh, they're so good.
He's called our timeout coordinator tonight. And not only can he coach baseball, but he's doing a great job down there for us on the Topeka Seaman teaching staff, coaching staff, well known for his baseball efforts, and great job by Steve Bushnell for us. 1 yard line is where the Trojans will take over. Past the receiver, caught the 8 yard line. 4 to 10, dance move by Dante Brooks, and he moves the 10 yard line to 13 yard line. 12 yard pickup right out of the gate.
Oh, I tell you, Dante Brooks is he's 205 pounds, so he's not a little receiver. And when he catches the ball, it's better to have more than just one guy on him. And Beatty knows that. He's one-on-one out there. Nice job and a good pickup. They finally get some other people over to help out there.
Beatty gives to his back. That's McCoy. 15 yard line wrapped up right there. Brought down by the Topeka Seaman defenders. Among them, Cole Esser goes 6'2", 210 pounds. He's a junior. Mike, as I'm looking at this roster for Topeka Seaman, really young.
Very young
team. In fact,
team.
defensively, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 juniors by my count.
Yep.
Offensively, the quarterback is a sophomore. We've already heard from a couple of receivers who are sophomores.
Right.
So despite this 1-3 start for Seaman, there's a lot of good things.
There's a lot of really good young players on the field.
I'm a Seaman fan. I'm very optimistic about what the future holds. In motion, Sailor Caraway, and the officials didn't like the motion that time, but the penalty's going to go on Seaman, who jumped prior to snap.
Yeah, got in the neutral zone there and jumped in, trying to get Beatty's count down, his cadence down, and jumped a little bit early. Easy 5 yards for Topeka High, and that's something you don't want to do if you're Seaman.
So the Trojans, we talked about their scoring output, is quickly back to the line of scrimmage to go. Beatty, little screen bubble. The catch is made by Khalil Austin. Austin sprints forward at the 35 to 37 yard line, and that's how you make a 3 yard pass turn into about 20.
Khalil Austin's not a little guy either. Watch him line up here. One step out. He knows he's got blockers in front of him. McCoy trying to get out there. Austin will lower that shoulder, pick up an extra yard or 2.
All the way out to the 38 yard line. First down and 10 for the Topeka High Trojans. Up a couple of touchdowns, trying to extend their lead. Here's McCoy on the keeper, 35, 40 yard line, 45, dangerous. Look out. Look at him glide to the 40, 35 on his feet, 20 yard line, 10-5, sprint to the end zone, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds. Touchdown. Touchdown, Trojans. McCoy finds the end zone as he shook off a would-be tackler, and he scores on a long touchdown run. In fact, I think that's about 62 yards.
Second touchdown of the night for Mike McCoy, who now has 13 on the year. And as part of our pregame, we talked about the player. We talked about McCoy. We highlighted him and said he could either run over you or run around you. There he broke a couple of tackles, and that gliding speed that he has, that's right down that sideline and into the end zone for 6.
And it's now Ruth Feander time. By the way, her friend Kiera is the sister of starting quarterback Alec Beatty. So Kiera also gets a little publicity out of this. Ruth Feander gets the extra point, and 35-14 is our score. Mike McCoy on a 62-yard sprint to the end zone, and watch at the end of this as he stumbles forward to the score. You're watching Friday Night Live in Topeka.
In all of our Geary County schools, our motto is clear.
Learning for all, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
USD 475 is a family of 18 unique schools, serving the communities in Junction City, Fort Riley, Milford, and Grandview Plaza. The future of education starts here.
With me.
With me.
Hey, Dad. I thought you'd be watching the game.
Well, Joan Bear, I wish I was, but the TV's in there and the lawnmower's in here. Life is about compromise. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I can pull it up right here. We have the Cox bundle. Dad, if we have cake, we should eat it.
Add Cox Home Security to your bundle today for $29.99 a month, including free pro install. And keep in touch with your home whenever, wherever.
With Leon Lieb on the sideline and Mike Manns in the booth, Mark Ewing, as we're at Seaman Stadium. This is in North Topeka, about, we'll say about 8 miles from Topeka High School. Fans are on hand, have blankets, sweatshirts, and have watched a pretty good ball game. 35-14 so far, a 4-play, 99-yard drive. Topeka High had its heels in their own end zone and have scored on this 99-yard drive earlier in the ball game. You may remember Topeka High scored on a 93-yard touchdown drive, so 2 very long drives. Seaman, meanwhile, will get a first down and 10, their own 34-yard line. And if you are a Seaman fan, really don't be discouraged by this 35-14 score, but because as I was going through the scorebook here, Mike, 69 points against Schlegel, 76 by Topeka High against West, 62 against Highland Park, 63 against Emporia. And hey, Topeka High's only at 35 here.
That's
so
right.
actually,
and defense has only been given up 10. They've given up 14 in the first half. And again, Seaman, what a turnaround that was, going in for 7 and give up 7. 14-point turnaround right there.
It's a big flip around. First down and 10 for Seaman, 35-yard line. And now really need a score on this drive. Inside, forward for a couple of yards from the 35. I'll give him about a yard, close to the 36-yard line. I think it was Colton Moran's. In fact, it was. Colton's taken a lot of hits so far. Moran's already has 26 carries. How about that from Moran's? 26 carries is well over 100 yards.
Normally he shares with Reed Fair, but Fair's out with an ankle foot injury, and so Morantz has been called on to tote it a lot tonight.
He's going to feel this tomorrow morning. Second down and 8. Catch made. Nice play. That slot receiver forward to the 42-yard line, and again the sophomore quarterback. Nice timing. Sometimes those young quarterbacks, they see a receiver. In fact, catch was made by, looks like Zach Mumford. Mumford is he got hit on the very end of that.
Yeah, he did.
But
the
point being, sometimes the quarterbacks, they see a receiver and they're so excited they just drill it. They put as much pepper on as they can. I kind of like the fact that Dalton Cowan's got a nice little touch.
Yeah, you know, Coach Pierce likes to let him do that too, Mark, because you know see Mumford make this good catch here on a nice pass by Cowan, but again, Cowan's got a little bit of time. His big offensive line giving him time, little slant pattern, quick, and it was just a good hit. He had about 4 defensive guys around him, and again, Mumford down a little bit there. He was down early in the Hayden game, too. It took a pretty good hit. He's a tough guy. I tell you, anytime you send a receiver close to over the middle, ouch.
College football fans, we've added a new channel to the Cox lineup, ESPN's Goal Line. Similar to the NFL Red Zone, catch the best action from college games from around the country. It's a great place to park yourself on Saturdays. Goal Line, now on Cox, because Cox is football.
Ooh, big third down, Mark.
35-14's our score, 2:40, now 2:35 and counting for Topeka Seaman, who faces a big third down play, third down and 2 yards. You got to get those 2 yards to keep the ball away from Topeka High School. And
I'm giving it to Morantz. Look at that. He's got it.
First down for Colt Morantz, who's getting close to 30 carries. Picks up 4 yards, and the chains move forward.
And I know the big guys up front are blocking, but Morantz will not quit. I mean, he's not a big guy, but he's following his blocking well, does a great job. Again, as Mark mentioned, he is zeroing in on 30 carries tonight.
And Morantz, well, he doesn't look like he's even broke a sweat yet. Well, I'm pretty impressed with that kid.
Too.
The other weighs 160 pounds.
A junior.
Just a junior.
Yep.
Really showing himself very well. Spread look, pistol look. Play action under duress. He's brought down. Sack recorded by Topeka High School. The Trojans got to the quarterback as that pocket just slowly collapsed.
Yeah, again, Morantz trying to take on the blockers, but there's too many. Morantz steps up, tries to get a block, but there's guys on the other side, too, coming in. Again, defensively, it's Brian Collins for Topeka High who made the first hit and caused Cowan to have to turn around, and then his buddies, Topeka High's buddies, were all there to bring Cowan down.
So loss about 5 yards. Now second down and 15 for Topeka Seaman. We'll see what the quarterback can do. He's done a nice job so far as Dalton Cowan. Cowan gives to Morans to no surprise. It moves forward to 45-yard. Hey, no surprise about this offense, really. It's not really deceptive. Not your typical zone read.
I am not. I am rather surprised that Cowan hasn't kept the ball a little more himself tonight, because on that particular play they ran Morantz into the line, and when I looked up, Cowan was headed to the left sideline. There was nobody there. Everybody was in on the run against Morantz.
So third down play. We'll call it 12. Ball marked to the 45-yard line. This time a long third down conversion. We'll see if the Vikings can move the chains forward under duress. And he's going to be hit, sacked back at the 36-yard line. And getting to the defender was Sam Goodwin, a 6-foot, 180-pound senior, and he came from his defensive end position all the way opposite side of the field to make the sack.
The first guy got in, though, again, was Brian Collins, and somebody's not handling Brian Collins, number 43, very well for Topeka. I watched Collins come in. He's been in the back. There he is again. Just sheds off a guy. And here he comes. He's going to make him change, and then, right from behind. Quarterback didn't see it coming.
The third sack by Topeka High School forces the punt.
Oh, my.
And the ball's going to be covered.
Did it touch Austin?
I don't think it touched Topeka High's, although the fans are lobbying for it, but there are also some flags coming in. But the punt returner for Topeka High School, if he touched that football, it's Seaman ball. But from our vantage point, it didn't look like the returner, who was, I believe,
Khalil Austin, I could hear Coach Alexander all the way over here going, get away, get away. Get away from the ball. Let's see if it touches Austin. It takes a weird up. Austin acts like he's going to pick it up. Oh,
no, I think he.
I don't think so. I don't think it hit his foot.
Topeka High ball.
It looks like there was a block in the back against Topeka High. Is that the call by the white hat? Yep.
Yeah, that ball, I think some of their team members thought that ball was loose. So all of a sudden there was a scramble for it. And needless to say, the loose ball caused some excitement here at Topeka Seaman Stadium. First down and 10. Ball marked at the 24-yard line for Topeka High. This is the team's third possession of the ball game. Beatty going for a receiver and incomplete. Downfield was Corey Thomas, the 5'9", 175-pound sophomore, and he was open. He had sprinted past defender Brad Peel, but the ball was not delivered.
Watch him stretch out for this.
That ball was. I'll give it the quarterback credit. That ball was delivered.
Corey Thomas
ball was on the money.
Corey Thomas, had he been able to put some stickum on his hands, he'd have pulled that in.
And perhaps sensing that the Daubers are down just a little bit for the Vikings, Topeka High School went for a big play. Little misdirection there. This is McCoy. 40-yard line, 30-35. Now to the 40, past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Nice pickup by Mike McCoy.
You know, Mark, when I was coaching 8th grade kids in football, I said, use your stiff arm. A lot of kids want to shift the ball to the other side and then just run with it. McCoy has learned how to use the stiff arm as good as any running back in the city this year. He just gave a great stiff arm and was able to pick up another. You're tackling somebody's arm that way rather than their legs.
Topeka's High's closest game came this season, 63-21 at Emporia last week. And on the carry, this is McCoy, who takes the ball forward from the 41 and drives it forward to the 44.
And McCoy again, a load at almost 215 pounds, trying to bring out a big guy in the backfield that has the jump on you. That ends the third quarter of play.
Third quarter's come to a conclusion. Topeka High School adds on to its 28-14 lead with a long run from Mike McCoy, a 62-yard sprint to the end zone. It's 35-14. Topeka High leads Topeka Seaman. The fourth quarter from Topeka Seaman High School is on the way next.
Hey, Kansas, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Melhelm Ford, the big corner, 119th and West Kellogg. Let's talk about the best-selling truck for 37 years, the Ford F-150. With over 20 to choose from, crew cab, four-wheel drive STX trucks, zero out of your pocket, only $378 a month. That's right, zero out of your pocket, nothing to add, $378 a month is your payment. It's only happening in the big corner, 119th and West Kellogg, or check us out online at mhford.com at Mel Hamilton Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge.
Cox is football, and you're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Friday Night Live on the Cox Channel, Kansas is brought to you by Mel Hamilton Ford, a proud sponsor of high school athletics. Well, the night gets a little colder, temperatures in the upper 40s. And Topeka Seaman down 35-14. There's 28-14 at one point, 14 all tied. And you take a look at those fans huddled up. But the winds have died down a little bit. It's starting to feel like football weather here in Friday number 5 of the season. And
a little frost expected tonight, maybe here in northeast Kansas, huh?
And maybe a little frost up here. Second down play for Topeka High at the 44-yard line. And back to throw is Beatty. Beatty's got a receiver. That bit of a jump ball was intended for Dante Brooks. There was plenty of contact downfield. Simeon Sykes was the defender, but that ball wasn't close to the receiver downfield. Pass falls harmlessly, incomplete.
Simeon Sykes not a big guy, boy. He's been put one-on-one with Brooks. He's been put one-on-one with Austin. He's been put one-on-one with some really good receivers, and now he's heads up with Corey Thomas now.
So third down play coming. Topeka High, prior to the fumble in the second half, had committed only one turnover all season. That was also a fumble. Here's Beatty midfield, 45, up to the 40, out to the outside, 30-yard line, chased by Vikings, still on his feet, gets down to the 33-yard line. And talk about a third and long conversion. Had about not only 7 yards, about 25 plus.
Alex, mom and dad are going to say, hey, son, you know, when you're running that way, just go ahead and run out of bounds. You know, we want to keep you playing the rest of the year. Watch Alec, he'll run. He'll make a nice read again. Here he has got a couple of big guys. He's got a guard and a tackle pulling for him. Now watch this, Mark. Goes down to the corner here. Could run out of bounds right there. Oh, no. Mom says, don't do that. Don't get hurt there. Look at all those guys on him.
Yeah, Jake Rainier and Tevin Jenkins leading the way on the left and the right. That's a couple
big
of tanks.
Big
and
boys.
They cleared the way. 35-14 our score is McCoy. 30-yard line, 25, run out of bounds on the far sideline. As Mike, we talked about the weight training and how
Coach Alexander's so big on weight training, and now it starts to begin to show right now. Your big offensive line starting to dominate.
Yeah, it looks like Topeka Seaman's starting to get worn out. And the fact that defensively, Topeka Seaman's been on the field for a while now, starting to show it. It's starting to get worn out.
Most of the third quarter,
That coaching staff, in fact, looks like they've hit a few weights. Second down and short.
They do.
Here's Beatty, play action, looking for single coverage. Has a receiver in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. The catch was made, but he was out of bounds. The receiver downfield was Khalil Austin. Austin got back behind the Topeka Seaman defenders.
Here he is.
The catch was made, but he's out of bounds.
Play action, and here comes Beatty. Wide open. Somebody messed up some coverage there. Let's see, where's his foot? I think you're right.
Wow.
Oh, man, that was so close. Defensively there, Hunter Williams.
Hunter Williams, he's going to be a lobbyist when he gets into
he's on the out of bounds.
Yeah,
he was out.
Well, what an athletic play that was made. Man,
Austin is an athlete.
Trojans have some athletes, don't they? I'm telling you. Third down and 2.
Sick.
Here's Beatty, and here's Caraway. Caraway inside the 25, close to the red zone, to the 21-yard line. Should be a first down and 10. Take another look at the catch in the end zone. You make the
Austin,
call.
Foot down. Does it stay in bounds, or is
One foot. No, he's out of bounds. Yeah, he's got to have both feet in bounds.
So close.
And I think that one catch was made with his foot kind of out of bounds anyway on this far strike.
That was a great job by our camera guys.
Great job by the camera crew to demonstrate that. Close to the red zone. Topeka High at the 21-yard line. First down and 10. Leading Topeka Seaman 35-14. Inside 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Trojans are 4-0, trying to make it 5-0. Catch play, 10-yard line, nice move. Inside the 5, getting close to the end zone, knocked down at the 3, and the fans on the far sideline, the Trojan fans fired up. What a great catch made by Khalil Austin.
Yards after catch, or after contact. Yards after contact. Look at this. Khalil Austin again gets hit, drags a couple of players with him. It is first and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line. Sprint to the end zone, touchdown, Trojans. Another score, this time McCoy smoothly glides into the end zone. He's got another score.
That's 3 touchdowns on the night for Mike McCoy. And again, just a little bit of move everybody one way, bring McCoy back the opposite side. Nobody big enough to stop him as he gets into the end zone. Mumford can't do it. And McCoy is in for the 3rd time tonight.
So Ruth Feander, we had her coming in with 36 extra points. And about to get her 6th here. She's got 5 going. Probably just jinxed her. Her family's going to be mad at me if she misses this one.
Oh, no.
Point after. No, she's automatic.
See, I'm telling you, those things are right down the middle. They're not one side or the other, the upright. They're right smack dab down the middle.
42-14, and the touchdown maker, Mike McCoy, really showing his work. A bit of a surprise, perhaps, for Topeka High School in the fact that the 80 is the well-known one, but Mike McCoy making his star felt. It's 42-14. Topeka High leads Seaman.
Hey, Kansas, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Melhelm Ford, the big corner, 119th and West Kellogg. Let's talk about the best-selling truck for 37 years, the Ford F-150. With over 20 to choose from, crew cab, four-wheel drive STX trucks, zero out of your pocket, only $378 a month. That's right, zero out of your pocket, nothing to add, $378 a month is your payment. It's only happening in the big corner, 119th and West Kellogg, or check us out online at mhford.com at Mel Hamilton Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge.
Cox is football, and you're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Cox is football!
Well, Coach Walt Alexander is also the strength coach at Topeka High School. Topeka High has won the 6A state weightlifting championships. It's the last 5 years in a row. So 5 years in running, Coach Alexander, when he's not coaching football, he's coaching weights, and it's really paying off. This team is strong, is Topeka High School.
You know, Mark, this whole half turned when Seaman was held on downs inside their 5-yard line, inside the Topeka High 5-yard line, got to the 1. Ever since then, it's been all high. Really has been.
So Seaman, here's Reagan. Look at the speed. 35, 40-yard line brought down.
Oh, Joe would have been better.
Just for a moment.
It'd have been better just to slip it to the sideline there and try to get down the sideline. Instead, great return, though. Good field position for the Vikings, who need to score quick with 10:31 left.
So Joe Reagan, the 5A state champion, 100 and 200 meters,
Watch his jet
2 times.
Oh, I see something. Boom. Yeah. And he can turn it on, I tell you.
By the way, he was hand timed, Joe Reagan was, in the 40 at 4.2. That's 4.2. And what were they saying about his 400 time? He ran in a freshman year at 49.
49.6.
49.6 as a freshman.
Yeah, he has never run it again,
that's not even his race. He's a 100, 200 man.
Yeah.
Back to pass. Here's Reagan, 45-yard line. He kind of made the catch, but there's another case, Mike. He's got a little space, but you got to get the ball up so he can get speed underneath him with space, and he can't be stopped.
Got to get him to his hands while he's on his feet. When he has to go down to the turf to pick it off the turf, he's not going anywhere.
And also we're saying, Mike, as we talk about Reagan, and he's number 2, the receiver near sideline, he's got straight line speed. Doesn't necessarily mean you've got diagonal speed.
That's right.
It's a different kind of speed. Here's Moran's,
this
by the
guy
way.
I've been so
He's
impressed
got
with.
some wheels, 40-yard line, thrown to the ground at 37 at the end of that. In fact, Dante Brooks just literally picked up Colt Moran's and threw him to the turf at the end of it. And hometown fans did not like that tackle on the end of it.
I tell you what, it gives Morantz about another 2 yards by picking him up, throwing him that far. They'll settle for that. Nice job by Morantz. I'm positive he's over 30 carries on the night. What do you got? 29 for 159 yards.
One more carry from Moran's, 30 on the night. What a night he's had. Really effective, very impressive. I've got bruises up here just calling his play-by-play.
There it is. Here's 30 right here.
Carry number 30 inside the 35-yard line to the 34-yard line. And there's a rest of the season left. I hope he gets a little bit of rest this weekend. I guess when you're 17,
he'll wake up tomorrow and think, geez, I wish Reed Fair'd get back.
Man, I'm telling you. Some stars in the making on the Vikings sideline, including the quarterback, Dalton Cowan. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to really struggle against Topeka High School. And the Vikings have at least found a way to put up a couple of touchdowns on the rollout. And he's going to get hit hard. Man, on the end of that, the sack is recorded. Man, that was dangerous. Jacob Anderson just laid the lumber to the quarterback, Dalton Cowan.
Outside linebacker on the blitz, coming right at, and Dalton Cowan The play was moving to the opposite side, and Morantz was on the opposite side to block, blind side. Here comes.
Yeah, bam.
Outside linebacker on outside linebacker blitz. And
speaking of having bruises in the morning, count that one for Dalton Cowan. He's on his feet, tough guy. Third down play, third down and 12 at the 40-yard line for Seaman. Vikings have not scored in the second half. Here's the handoff, carry number 31 for Colt Morantz, and a pickup of about 4 yards, but he needed 12 to move the first down marker. But hey, Seaman down 21 points. I'm sure they're in 4-down territory here as
Garrett Streets. Yeah, Garrett Streets with a nice block, 5'10", 260-pound junior Hennig. Here comes Morantz. They're going to get a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, they're going to punt this one away.
Yeah, they're going to have to kick it away. Now, wait a minute now. Let's watch this now. Be careful because you know who punts here. Now, watch the way Reagan punts. He does the soccer thing. He'll take 3 or 4 steps.
And he's
going to go ahead and punt it. Yeah, you always wonder.
Boots it back to the 5-yard line and takes a Viking bounce, rather a Trojan bounce on the end of it from the 9-yard line to the 10-yard line. So Topeka High will come out in front and have the football. Well, we're going to take a break here. 42-14. Topeka High School has managed to score 2 second-half touchdowns with 7:43 to go. They lead the Vikings here in Topeka.
Hey, Dad, what are you watching?
I don't know, JoJo. TV doesn't come easy. In life, you got to put in the time. But if you work hard, one day you'll find what you're looking for. A good Western, some true crime.
Dad, it's not that hard. Contour recommends shows you'll like.
It found us Westerns.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Search less and watch more. Get personalized TV with Contour from Cox and record 6 DVR for as low as $15 more per month.
This is my Contour. It knows there are lots of sides.
To me, we each have our own tastes. And of course, our own sensibilities.
What about my style? Fortunately, Contour can record all our shows. Up to 6 at the same time. So we all get what we want. That takes brains.
Someone say brains?
That's why Contour is TV just for me.
Record 6 shows at once for the many sides of you. Only with Contour.
42-14 is our score. We've been managed to watch a great ball game on calendar for Friday Night Live. Middle stages to the season always reveal the true personality as well as the potential of where your favorite high school team is headed. And we're drawing some conclusions tonight. One of them, Topeka High's got a lot of weapons, including Sailor Caraway, who's had a nice little ball game from the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offensive numbers for Topeka High School coming out, I'll give you some of them. Averaging 68 points per ball game. Rushing 353, passing 190, total offense 543. Sheesh. That's through 4 Fridays. This is the 5th Friday. Hey, they're not even hitting their stride yet.
No, I tell you what, this is a team to be reckoned with offensively. And if I know Coach Alexander's trying to get him, there's Beatty carrying the ball for a few, but Coach Alexander told us, you know, we're always able to score on people. And then last year, everybody was able to score on us. I've got to shore up my defense, and then I'll be a state contender.
So first down and 10 at the 23-yard line, and not that anyone's looking ahead, but Topeka High School in its district has a road trip to Manhattan. Washburn Rural and Free State is new in the mix.
Right.
That's about one of that could be one of the toughest 6A districts, so it is not automatic for Topeka High School to punch their ticket for the playoffs, even as good as they are. They're going to have to play some exceptional football. There's Beatty. And keep people healthy. Then 30 to the 32-yard line, moves forward to the 8-yard line, 8-yard carry. Mike, you've seen Beatty a lot. What's your read on where he's improved the most, you think, in his career?
Number one, I think he's more of a vocal leader now. You know, when he was a sophomore, played a little bit, and then Raymond Solis came in and got hurt, and then he had to step in as a sophomore as a quarterback, so kind of meek. Now he runs this team. This is Alec Beatty's team.
And again, the rating services, Topeka High comes in at least about number 3 consistently across all the rankings in Kansas City, Wichita, and Topeka. Back to passers, Beatty has a receiver. Wide open, defender's falling down. And that's Dante Brooks. And Brooks is going to take it to the house. Count it, 68 yards for another long touchdown play by the Topeka High Trojans.
Brad Field got turned around that time and slipped. And Alec Beatty, being the quarterback that he is, and the son of a professor, easily picked up that open man, and Dante Brooks just gallops into the end zone. And Now the Trojans are putting a little distance between them and the Vikings here late in the fourth quarter.
Now, who's gotten more airtime tonight? Walt Alexander or Ruth Beander? It's kind of running even. There's Walt. Walt's got some kind words for his offensive unit, including Corey Thomas, but there's Ruth Beander. The Ruth Beander show for another extra point. And it is up, and it is good. Ruth Beander.
Now that one was a little bit, Beander had that a little bit to the left that time, but I tell you, Ruth, here's the touchdown again. It's coming right into your living room, and it's wide open there by Brooks. Dante Brooks right to the house. Again, another guy with great speed for High. No lack of speed on this Topeka High team either, let me tell you.
Look at Coach Walt Alexander.
He's high bumping. Fist bump me, buddy.
Yeah, he's waiting for somebody to give him a fist bump. And on the offensive coaching staff over there with Rod Hazenbeck, Jason Nichols, Daniel Voth, Luke Kaufman, Matt Bisnet, Tony Kankari, and then Blake Alexander on the coaching staff for Topeka High School. And this is a program, I have to tell you, having worked in Topeka.
Now, you've seen some other games this year.
Yeah,
how do these guys stack up, the Trojans, stack up
I've seen a lot of 5A schools so far. And probably the best team. Look at the numbers there.
Jeez.
261 yards passing, 197 rushing for Alec Beatty. I'd like to see Topeka High take on Wichita Bishop Carroll, but it'll never happen. 6A school against a 5A. Yeah. That would never happen. But they're really good. I like the numbers. The Achilles heel for Topeka High, and this is just me having seen them, is defensive line. There's Reagan. Reagan on the carry, gets from the 2-yard line to the 10-yard line. Nice kickoff that time, and great coverage downfield for the Trojans.
McCoy is a kicker. He kicks left-footed. It's so weird to see a guy come up and kick it off left-footed. But nice job that time getting it down there. And now the Vikes are deep in their own territory, and Topeka High smelling their unbeaten season, staying right with them here.
But let's talk about Topeka High School and how far they can go. This is not a team with extensive playoff experience.
Nope.
And my experience from watching teams who have won the state championships, once they've been there and done that, you kind of have to be there. Well, Topeka High's now been there, but they haven't been past the second round. And once you get to the playoffs, Mike, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know.
Everybody's good.
Everybody's good, but everybody's got a little strategy going. There's a really gamesmanship. Once you get to that level, look at Topeka High defensively. Boy, I started talking about their defensive line, and look how they respond. Brian Kincaid, the 5'10", 219-pound senior, alongside Jacob Anderson, chased down the quarterback.
Well, again, you're trying a little misdirection here, trying to get it, Mumford or somebody to get misdirection. Try to get Topeka High chase one way and reverse it the next, but that time Topeka High stayed home, made a great tackle. Nice defensive play by the Trojans.
Worst field position for Topeka Seaman, who's actually started drives 4 times in Topeka High territory. And here's the quarterback, calls his own number, 10 yards. That's a zone read, calling your own number.
There's a
ball squirted loose at the end of it. Who's got it?
I'm not.
Do the Trojans have it or not?
Either, or was he down already when the ball squirted loose? I think that's going to be the call on the field.
It was down.
Yep. But again, Callan, watch Callan now. I've seen him do this a lot during the Hayden game, the first part of the year. He pulled the ball out, did a little bit of a zone read. Oh my, it did pop out.
Lucky.
He got right back on.
Yeah,
it went right back up to his belly.
Dribbled that right back up. In the 2013 season, Topeka High went 8-2, shared the Centennial League title, and going to the playoffs for the second straight season. Lost to Wichita Heights last year, just a short pass to the 36-yard line out to the 21. Nice pass play. Wyatt Hendricks, 6'5", 230-pound senior. Wyatt Hendricks, he's also a basketball player, isn't he?
Wyatt plays basketball, but and his main thing he wants to do is play football. He's been to a lot of camps, continues to go to camps, continues to be recruited by some schools. So I think at the next level, Wyatt Hendricks at 6'5", with that big body, they'll put about 20 or 30 more pounds on him.
A big improvement, though, for Topeka Seaman, who lost to Junction City 56-7 a week ago.
Yeah.
And here's the handoff from Morans. Morans gets forward at 25, 23-yard line before he's wrestled to the ground. In Topeka Seaman's loss to Junction City, they had a field goal blocked. Seaman lost 2 fumbles, intercepted for a pick 6 in the end zone, and really Seaman was its own worst enemy. Tonight, they've actually caused a little havoc for Topeka High School in this ball game.
I have cramps in my legs just watching Morantz.
You know, he's unbelievable. And you look at the sideline here, Mike. We have yet to really talk about the sequence of plays coming in and the change in the offense. There's Morans again. Morans hit hard. 27-yard line. The line of scrimmage was right at the 29.
That was a
and
collision.
24-yard line actually to the 27. Take a look at the sequence here, Mike. You got 15. You got
50, and you got some
looks
guy's
like you got a shot of Michael
Pizza
Jackson
Hut
there. You got
WVV.
look at that. You got
what
more
the
going.
heck am I supposed to pick out of that?
Foreign languages and
ZZ Top.
It's 3rd down and 5 here.
Oh, nice
slot pass. First down for Seaman. Impressive 3rd down conversion. Give the Vikings a lot of credit. Ball moves forward.
Nice job that time again to get it to Joe Reagan.
Hey, look at that. Okay, you got
double V's. Got South Dakota something.
You got dartboard. You got eye in the sky. Who's that square?
SpongeBob SquarePants and a Pizza Hut thing there and some Florida thing going
South
on.
Dakota mascot. Okay.
I think I saw the KU's head basketball coach's picture on one of those. Bill Self.
1st down and 10 for the Vikings. Move forward. Morans again close to the 40-yard line. This would be a great time-consuming drive if the Vikings were up a bunch.
Yep.
Of course, the Vikings need to score some points, but, you know, it is a lot about next week. And for Seaman has a road trip to tough Emporia next week. And, well, after this ball game, and though Topeka Seaman's going to fall to 1-4, you got to feel a lot better about the Vikings right now than you did starting this ball game.
Well, little fly pattern.
Pass play, receivers
Got
open,
it.
catch is made. And dropped at the end of it. Was it a fumble or not? Hold on.
Was it a catch and out of bounds?
The catch was made.
Catch and out of bounds.
Joel Green, the 6-foot, 180-pound receiver, he catches the football, didn't hold on to it, fumbles it out of bounds.
What a pass here. Little pump. Look at that pass by Cowan. Perfect pass right over the outstretched hands of the defender, Tyrese Parker. And then, ooh, boy, I don't know. Did he make a football play, a couple of steps there before he lost it? I think so.
So ball placed to the 21-yard line. Reed Fair also, who left that Junction City game with a foot injury, he will probably return next week. That is pending. There's Morans inside the 20-yard line. So if you got Morans and you got Brett Fair, you got a little 1-2 punch, and you can really put together some drives like that.
Yeah, because Fair's a guy that likes to pound it. You know, he's kind of like a Mike McCoy. He wants to run over you. He can run around you, but he'd rather run over you. Now, Morantz tonight shows that he's similar that way.
Yeah, I love the cars, the assistant coaching staff over at Seaman, and it's been really good entertainment for us. I didn't know that. I couldn't see the picture here.
Pick.
Almost intercepted. Wasn't it? Incomplete. Boy, that was close.
Jumping that pattern.
That was Kobe Richardson, 5'10 junior. He nearly stepped in front of that thing. In fact, I think he did get a pick. That was a pick, was it not?
That was a pick, and he read that perfect at Richardson. Watch this pick. It's a slant, and it's coming in. Look at that linebacker read that right there. Picks it right up, the defensive corner, rather, and makes a nice pick, and it is a turnover for the Seaman Vikings.
Seaman has gotten 2 interceptions and also has fumbled the ball away. By my count, 3rd turnover for Topeka Seaman.
And, Mark, I still think that this game turned on the fact that the Vikings got down deep in Topeka High territory and ended up turning it over on downs on the high 1. And things really turned around after that for the Trojans anyway.
So Trojans, 1st down and 10 to 17. Quarterback in the ball game is the backup quarterback. Is going to get some playing time, and a good opportunity here to really test and see your backups. I think that fact, Dante Brooks plays a little quarterback. Was that Dante playing quarterback? It is.
Yep.
Dante Brooks, he's a starting receiver, so he's not exactly a backup.
No.
But he is the backup quarterback should something happen to the starter.
This is real important, you know, Mark, to get these guys in. I see McCoy is still in the game for Topeka High, though, but it's real important for Dante Brooks should something happen to Alec Beatty. Beatty runs so much for Topeka High. He is such a tough athlete. There, mesh wasn't too good. They get a few yards out of it.
All right, 2nd down and 9. Pick up a 3 yards. Still to be named the Cox Communications play of the game. What will it be? Cox Communications play of the game coming at the end of the ball game. So if you're watching now, do not turn away. The Cox Communications play of the game plus a post-game interview. We'll try to get that in. Final minute to go here. 49-14 is our score. It was at one point 14 all.
Yep.
But Topeka High School has 35 unanswered points. Here's Caraway, 15, 20-yard line, and forward to the 23 up to the 25-yard line. Ball squirted loose, but the ball is down as the clock continues to move here. Final 35 seconds of this ball game.
Good tackle by Brad Peel again defensively. Peel, we've called his number a lot tonight on tackles.
Topeka High went 4-5 in 2011, 9-2 in 2012, 8-2 in 2013, and are about to go 5-0 here in 2014. And folks across the state of Kansas who vote in the rankings are taking a real hard look at how good this Trojan team is as time will tick away here. Topeka Seaman, a lot of good things to feel about.
Oh, you betcha.
But this game in the Centennial League in the capital city of Topeka is going to go to the Trojans. Trojans win it 49-14. We saw a lot of good things on both sides, including the Seaman Vikings.
Well, I tell you what, the Vikes did a nice job, in particular in the first half of play. Just Topeka High scores a touchdown, Seaman come back, score a touchdown. That's what you got to do with Topeka High, is try to keep their offense off the field. But in the latter part of this game, it looked like Topeka High's fitness level, and in particular their weight training, pretty much took over. And a bigger team for Topeka High in Class 6A took over and ran things pretty good in the second half, Mark. And another win for Walt Alexander and his Trojans, black and gold.
It is time now for the Cox Communications Play of the Game, brought to you by Cox Communications, Coxdale, Kansas. And the big run on the edge from Mike McCoy and a sprint to the end zone.
And then he's able to avoid somebody, stumbles a little bit. Hendricks is going to get him and wheel him around, but he's in the end zone. Got the ball across there, and I tell you, Mike McCoy is a really good athlete, and no little guy at about 215 pounds with that gliding stride of his. And McCoy's got a lot of football left in his lifetime.
And that changed a 28-14 lead into 35-14 was essentially the ball game, as the Trojans then would score 2 more touchdowns to earmark a 49-14 ball game. Always appreciate the sportsmanship at the end of the ball game. And Topeka High and Topeka Seaman, separated by about 8 miles, who play in the Centennial League, both have good reasons to feel great about what is going to happen as the weeks continue. For Topeka High School, they've got a game coming up with Shawnee Heights. That's coming up next. Let's go down to the sideline. Leon Liebel. Leon.
I'm with Coach Walt Alexander, the victorious coach, Topeka High Trojans. Coach, you've had so many runaway victories. Tonight, a bit of a competitive challenge from Seaman Vikings, and still an impressive win.
Well, we knew it would be. I mean, those kids play hard. Seaman always plays us very tough, especially at home. And, you know, they've had a rough go of it, you know, with just a few breaks here or there. So they're a very talented team. You know, Hendricks and Fair, even though he was injured tonight, and Hunter Port and Stinson and all those kids, they've been playing and starting since they were sophomores. So we knew they had a good football team.
Third quarter, you had the goal line stand. How big of a turnaround was that? You come back and score right away, too.
Well, I think we had a 99-yard drive there. And for our kids, I was really proud of them, because defensively, we need those kind of things to happen, you know. And now they believe that they never quit, never keep fighting to the bitter end. And I'm really proud of them, the way they fought down there.
You have an impressive collection of talent. McCoy in the backfield, big, strong, and fast. You talk about his performance tonight.
Well, it's like we told Mike, you know, not every game's going to be an 80-yard game. He kind of gets down on himself a little bit when he doesn't have the big ones. But, you know, I said, you watch high school, you watch college football and pro football every weekend, don't you? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, you know what, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 2 yards, -1. And then maybe you might break a big one, but just keep banging. And he banged really hard and ran hard, had some good physical downhill runs tonight. I was proud of that.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Again, congratulations on the win. Coach Walt Alexander back upstairs. You guys.
Thanks, Leon. 93-yard touchdown drive for Topeka High in the first half, and then the second half, 99-yard touchdown drive. 49-14 is our final. We're not done yet. We'll return to Topeka Seaman High School to wrap this up. 49-14, the Trojans are 5-0.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials. Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the games.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now
twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
Mom, why haven't you added Cox digital telephone to your Cox internet and TV? Then you'd have TV caller ID.
You know, I've been with my phone company for years. They're like an antique to me.
But this antique is costing you an extra $10 every month with no TV caller ID. I mean, don't you want to know it's me when I call? Mom?
Add Cox digital telephone today and make unlimited calls to the U.S., Canada, and home phones in Mexico for only $9.99 a month.
Friday Night Live, 49-14 is our final. Topeka High School goes to 5-0. Topeka Seaman goes to 1-4, but the Vikings put up a pretty good little fight before the Trojans pulled away. Let's go back down to Leon Liebel with a couple of stars from today's game.
Well, with running back Mike McCoy and quarterback Alec Beatty for Topeka High. Mike, I'll start with you. Again, a competitive challenge, as I was talking to Coach Alexander from Seaman, but you guys answered the call, and another impressive win.
Yeah, we just came out here, got the business done. Coach told us to just keep running. Got better.
Just keep running.
Just keep running hard.
Alec, you talk about the win.
We started off slow. I'll take the blame for the first half. Seaman did a great job. They brought a lot of pressure. It made me make some bad reads, throw some bad balls. And our defense, we started off slow, kind of like we did in Emporia. But second half, our defense clamped down. We didn't give up a single point, and our offense, once we get rolling, we're going to roll. So, it took us a while. I'll take the blame for that, but we just got better next week.
A lot of football still to be played this season, but are you guys starting to think how good you can be down the stretch?
Oh, yes, definitely. It only gets tougher from here. We got a tough matchup with Shawnee Heights. They got plenty of athletes, and we'll celebrate tonight, but tomorrow it's back to business.
Congratulations, both you guys.
Thank you.
Impressive. Back upstairs.
Boy, Leon, thank you very much for your work, and we heard from a couple of stars. Those two guys could probably drive them, Mike.
Okay, I tell you, Mark, you see him talking to McCoy. McCoy just lets his quarterback talk. That's the way the deal is. But I tell you, you put McCoy there at backfield, and then you had Beatty at quarterback, and then you had Austin at one receiver, Brooks at the other receiver, bringing in 2 or 3 more guys with 4.5, 4.7, 4.6 speed. This is a tough team to beat. Defensively, you heard Coach Alexander say, we've got to get better defensively if we're going to be a state playoff team.
Topeka High a year ago dropped a 55-48 decision to Wichita Heights in the 6A playoffs. Walt Alexander addressing his team, a squad that could drive deep into the playoffs. We'd like to thank the facility folks here at Topeka Seaman High School. The athletic director at Topeka High School is Ron Hazenbank. Locally, Brad Dietz, who's the athletic director at Seaman High School. I'll tell you, when we come to these facilities, we really depend on the local high schools. Great job by the Centennial League and Brad Dietz and his group here. The production, Niles Media Group out of Kansas City has been here, and they've been here all season long. Our producer-director has been Brian Holder. Final score, Topeka High School 49, Seaman 14. For Leon Liebel and Mike Manns, this is Mark Ewing saying thanks for watching, everyone, and so long from Topeka.
My Contour knows I'm into all kinds of TV, and no matter what I'm into right now, its enlightened app puts it right here. And here. It can even record up to 6 shows at once. So we all get what we want, like sci-fi, romantic comedies. Anyone? That's why Contour is TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
Hey, Dad. I thought you'd be watching the game.
Well, Joan Bear, I wish I was, but the TV's in there and the lawnmower's in here. Life is about compromise. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, I can pull it up right here. We have the Cox bundle. Dad, if we have cake, we should eat it.
Add Cox Home Security to your bundle today for $29.99 a month, including free pro install. And keep in touch with your home whenever, wherever.
Cox is football. You're looking at football's biggest fan. I sit close to the TV just so I can join the huddle. I know 38 mascots on a first-name basis, and I never miss a touchdown.
Ready for football? Cox has over 800 pro and college games this season, plus more games than ever before online and on your mobile device. Get Sports Pack 2 with NFL Red Zone for $5 a month.
I refuse to eat turnovers.
Cox and football.
Hey, Dad, what are you watching?
I don't know, JoJo. TV doesn't come easy. In life, you got to put in the time. But if you work hard, one day you'll find what you're looking for. A good Western, some true crime.
Dad, it's not that hard. Contour recommends shows you'll like.
It found us Westerns.
Giddy up, cowboy.
Search less and watch more. Get personalized TV with Contour from Cox and record 60 VR for as low as $15 more per month.
This is my Contour. It knows there are lots of sides.
Me. We each have our own taste. And of course, our own sensibilities.
What about my style? Fortunately, Contour can record all our shows. Up to 6 at the same time. So we all get what we want. That takes brains.
Someone say brains?
That's why Contour is TV just for me.
Record 6 shows at once for the many sides of you. Only with Contour.
we go again. You know the deal, and you know the drill. We're in a pickle, so you drive for a nickel. All three Supercar Guys locations are jam-packed, and that's not gonna cut the mustard. We've got to make room for more cars, so we'll give you more green for any old trade-in. Buried, busted, crusted, or rusted. Take your pick from over 700 vehicles in stock. We're in a pickle, you drive for a nickel.
Buying a car doesn't have to suck.
Hello, my name is Chad Bryan, General Manager at Southwestern Remodeling. One of the biggest challenges people face when entering a remodeling project is how their home will look after the renovation is complete. With the latest in computer-aided design technology, our design team can bring your remodeling dreams to life before our skilled employee craftsmen turn it into reality at your...
Hurry, the time to call is now.
Free installation from Renewal by Andersen ends this month. Get absolute peace of mind with a name and windows you can trust. It's your last opportunity to call and set an appointment to receive free installation with a free upgrade to our most energy-efficient glass.
Plus pay 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 1 full year.
Relax. Leave it to the experts.
Free installation absolutely ends this month. Don't wait. Call today.
See our new website at southernrbaofkansas.com.
I just need to get some used tires.
Yeah, we got some used tires.
Congratulations, your student athlete has just earned a school letter. The next step is to purchase an awards jacket. Hi, I'm Steve Wilbert, owner of All Season Sportswear, one of the top letter jacket dealers in South Central Kansas. We can customize any school's letter jacket to fit your individual needs. We also specialize in screen printing, embroidery, engraving, corporate apparel, and uniforms, and all work is done in-house. That's All Season Sportswear, located 2 blocks west of 33rd and North Ridge Road in Wichita, or go to allseasonsportswear.com.